Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
Grow.
Radio Bad Boys. Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock Jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
All right, we get it. Pat, how's it going? It's going good.
Cord Johnson bobbing for gonorrhea.
All right, this is a bust, lesbians. We're gonna smell all of your fingers. If it smells like a day in the fishing hole, you're under arrest.
We're blithering idiots. That's fine, though. I want more of my idiocy. Idiocy.
I love you guys. I'd suck all your all day.
Wow. I think that's an endorsement.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
It's All-Star Week here in New York City.
Whoop-a-dee-doo. I heard the mayor talking about how this brings in so much revenue for the city, and how the Bon Jovi concert recently in Central Park brought in the huge amounts of revenue. Said upwards of and then they threw out this amazing, huge million upon millions of dollars worth of money. And I'm like, how does that happen? Like, how does so much money get brought in because the All-Star Game's going to be here, as opposed to just a regular ball game?
Well, people come from all over the country, maybe all over the world. Manhattan in July is hurting for business in the hotels. Yeah, sure.
I always have a rough time getting
You're talking to a true New Yorker, not like yourself. You're one of those Long Islanders.
I'm a suburbanite.
You're a bridge and tunneler. Me and Jimmy are true New Yorkers. We understand the beat of this fine city. And July is kind of slow. And August is actually a ghost town in Manhattan, if you need to know.
Well, you know something? Let me tell you something. I drive in this crap hole. And I'll tell you, I don't see any difference between August and any other goddamn month.
Oh, you will.
Ghost town. I wish.
You'll see.
Yeah?
You'll see.
I've driven.
Kenny and I drove over the red carpet today. Hey, GH, look at this. There's a red carpet in Manhattan.
Because, Jimmy, it's not enough that they have the All-Star Game. They have to have a parade of the stars. So they're going to have a bunch of the All-Star stars and baseball people and whatever the hell else parading up 6th Avenue on, a day where everyone's working. In the middle of the afternoon, at 1 o'clock or at 11 o'clock.
This city shuts down.
This morning, 6th Avenue. Oh, not a well-used thoroughfare here in Manhattan.
You really should explain. It's pretty much the center road of Manhattan.
It's the middle road. It runs north. It's just, and they closed down 6th Avenue in Midtown.
Right.
So to get cross town now, you have to go way down to 40th. It's between 40th and 58th Street.
Oh, that's not bad. 18 blocks.
18 blocks.
Let me explain something about
Manhattan shut down.
Let me explain something about Manhattan. One car, stalls,
double parked truck.
One Con Ed truck, exactly, doing a little work in a manhole cover. This whole city shuts down.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that 18 blocks with a red carpet on it, shouldn't be a problem for you today.
I want to leave
now.
That's a good, okay. Now, I was saying I want to leave tread marks. I want to turn onto the red carpet and peel out on it.
Yeah.
And just leave tread marks, leave rubber right down it.
Hey,
and mow down everybody on it.
Smug Guy was doing a report on the red carpet. If the guys are listening in the office, we need the clip because you know, he had to tell the whole world that we're goody two-shoes in this country and we're saving energy. He explained what the red carpet was made
of. And
recycled materials, and then it was some kind of wind-powered machine that wove the red carpet.
Everything going green, man. We're going to go green. Like every company thinks that if they put something out that uses some kind of solar power or recycled stuff, that they're really going to make a mark, man.
Yeah, they're going green, and China's just
puffing out coal dust like 1909 America.
Well, that was my sound effect of them just sucking up all fuel possible. As we're like, woo, woo, woo,
yeah.
woo, woo, woo. We're good. Woo, woo, woo.
One guy gets
China.
One guy gets a Prius and thinks he's going to save the world.
Yeah.
And then China is just billowing out smoke out of these crap factories. They're rubber dog crap factories.
Yeah.
They're number one export, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're not doing anything.
No.
And why do we take such heat? Like, George Bush, believe me, I'm not a huge fan. The other day, he took a lot of heat for saying, making a joke about global warming.
What did he say? I didn't hear this one.
A joke? Oh, no.
I remember the actual joke. He said, something about, we don't pay attention to global warming. It was a comment, a snide little sarcastic comment that he made, and caught all kinds of heat for it. If there's one country full of a bunch of douches that are at least making it look like we're doing something, it's the United States. The red carpets are made out of recycled material, for God's sake. Why not go after the other countries? You know why? They won't listen. We all sit there and go, oh, yes, we got to save the planet. We got to be green. We got to get Priuses, and we got to do this and that. Meanwhile, what are you going to go to China? They'll lop your head off. They don't care. They'll put you in prison for the rest of your life and your family. They'll run you over with tanks. They don't care. That's why they don't go after them. We're an easy target because we're a bunch of guilt-ridden jackasses. Ugh.
Well, there you have it.
Yes, there you have it indeed. My morning commentary.
An 18-block red carpet, because that's what we need today.
Hey, what would they have done if it rained in the All-Star game? How are they doing it in an outdoor place?
Oh, my God, how are they going to do it?
What would they have done?
It's summer. It doesn't rain.
Get the tarp. It's the All-Star grounds crew. Get to watch them. And episode after episode of I Love Lucy till the rain stops. Yeah. I love the crap they pull out on television.
Well, because it's always local.
Yeah,
it's some local channel that covers your baseball team. So
yeah.
When it goes into rain delay, they find whatever the hell's laying around in the closet.
Right, Hogan's Heroes Marathon.
Right.
Yeah, MASH.
Yeah,
this is good.
You wish it was MASH or something.
Yeah.
What do you rock?
Usually for the long ones, it's always the series finale of MASH.
Oh, the last episode? Yeah.
Or how about when they just play a game from a year ago? It's like, that means nothing to
and then you turn it on and go, what's going on? Hey!
All right.
They bring him back?
Right.
What the hell is that?
How did they bring Thurman Munson back from the dead? Yeah. This is a little weird.
I don't like the camera angles. It's far away.
Anybody watch the home run derby last night? Baseball fans.
Anyone?
It was exciting. A lot of home runs were hit.
In derby fashion.
They'll wear round hats.
This is what I know on that. One dude hit 28 home runs in the first round, which is kind of amazing.
That's pretty big.
Josh Hamilton.
Josh Hamilton. That's a new record or something like that?
Yeah, Bobby Abreu had the first round or the single round record at 24 from a few years ago. But this Hamilton kid, who was
All right, Hamilton.
Well, he was the number one draft pick in 99. Then he lost his mind to drugs and alcohol, and he's had 9 rehabs since then.
Wow.
And he came back, and he's kind of had a heck of a year so far. He's leading the American League in homers, I believe.
Well, he came back in 2006, I think, and then he got another team.
Wait, how many years was he out?
I didn't know it was that long. I didn't know it was 7 years.
He's really been drifting for the last 7 years, and he finally got his life together. And in the first round, he hit 28 home runs, most of them massive, almost out of the stadium completely on a couple occasions.
Wait, did you say you said stadium?
Oh.
They didn't go with my idea off the Brooklyn Bridge?
No, they couldn't get that together. Couldn't get the
off
permits.
the top of a skyscraper. That's how you do a home run derby in New York City. I'm sorry.
Short notice, yeah.
Oh, really? They
Hearing
can
it
get together?
yesterday on this show and then getting it together, yeah.
I think they tried, though.
Come on, man. How about all right? Because you made fun of my idea yesterday, and then I'm
Certainly did.
Then I'm thinking, how about a skyscraper that faces the river, my friend? Oh, now you're talking.
All right.
You allow the boaters out there. You get some of those barges, and you could like kind of hang out on a barge and check out the home run derby. And here's these animals just on top of a skyscraper. Come on.
So you're saying you allow some of the public to go out on barges in the middle of the river?
Well, they would have to be off
with
to the
little
side.
mitts on and stuff?
No, they'll
go back for it. Go back up. Oh, no.
They'll have to be off to the side, kind of like they could kind of make a very primitive looking stadium out of barges. You got your Josh Hamilton on a skyscraper on the roof, and he's hitting home runs into the river. That's how you do a home run derby, especially in New York City.
With the additional height. Wow.
That would be, dude.
Be pretty far.
You want to talk about a publicity stunt? You'd have the whole world talking about what they did in New York City. That's all I'm thinking. Because like Travis is a big hockey fan. Now they're doing this, outside hockey thing every year.
Outside hockey? That's preposterous.
And the world takes notice, my friend. It's snowing, and they're playing NHL hockey outside.
Yeah, I think they're doing one in Fenway in like 2 years.
2 years.
What?
And they were talking about one at Yankee Stadium, weren't they?
Yeah, January, I think.
What was the one? Last year it was in Buffalo.
It was in Buffalo, yeah.
In Buffalo, in the middle of winter, they're playing an outdoor hockey game.
Well, that seems to make sense, but I don't know.
My idea doesn't make sense. Skyscraper facing the river so no one gets hurt.
The liability factor in what you've brought up is crazy. I know you're not a big fan of The Lawyer, but wow. Imagine trying to get that past any lawyer.
Well, you want
to be on top of a skyscraper, smacking balls into a river where there's barges full of people.
Yes.
I like it, and I think we should expand it. How about we have people on the street, and you drop a ball, and whoever catches it wins a prize?
That's good.
From the top of the Empire State
Off like
Building.
the Empire State Building. That'll be nice. Like see
100
baseball-size holes in people's heads going straight through and coming out their groin.
Life has become mundane.
Yeah.
Life has become too safe. We got to mix it up a little bit.
I think, screw this all-star game for Yankee Stadium. They want the Yankee Stadium to go out in style.
Yeah.
Gladiators.
All right.
Bring back, just for one season,
I'm with you.
Gladiators. You get to get them right from Rikers. It's close. You just get them, and whoever wins gets released. Fight to the death, swords, tigers, just like the movie Gladiator. Fight to the death in Yankee Stadium.
We have a lot of boys that listen at Rikers.
Yeah.
The good guys and the bad guys.
Sure.
We got a little of both. I would imagine there's some guys doing some heavy sentences up there that would take this chance.
Take the chance.
A fight to the death.
Fight to the death.
You win, you're out of jail.
Maces, big friggin' shields.
Yeah.
And they just beat each other to pieces like in the movie.
I like it. Life is becoming too,
you're like, what's happening? All right.
Their excitement today is an 18-block red carpet. Who cares?
And they're making a big to-do about it.
And who's walking this red carpet? The Major League All-Stars and who else? Like local dignitaries?
And some of the old-timers who've been in town signing autographs and all that stuff.
Really?
It's a big
Is it true? Now I hear, is it true Ted Williams' head is going to be rolled down the red carpet? It is frozen somewhere in some cryogenics lab.
It is?
Yeah.
Is it still frozen?
It's got to be.
We don't have to freeze his whole body. We can freeze his head.
Nice. Good morning, Boston.
It's a lot cheaper to just freeze the head for some reason. And they think in the future you could take that head out of freezing and bring it back.
Now, listen to me. This idea I came up with is far-fetched to you, right?
Just a little, yeah.
Watch what happens next year. Someone took notice of our little home run derby talk. You watch what happens next year.
Going to spice it up with a little skyscraper baseball.
Baseball's just a little behind. The NHL, they're doing the right thing. Outdoor hockey. Baseball's going to figure something out that you're gonna be thinking, oh my God, that's insane. But how cool is that?
Yeah.
Yes. It's time. Let's say hi to Johnny Cakes on Long Island. Johnny Cakes.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
The only reason they won't do it off a skyscraper is because they can't charge $350 a ticket. You got to figure that out, Oak.
Yeah, they got to make some money on this.
See ya.
That guy brings up a good point. It's all about the almighty dollar. The almighty dollar.
Yeah, let's say hi to Brian in Syracuse. Brian.
Hey,
Brian.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
I don't hear you on 95X out here anymore. What's going on?
Well, because Fareed thought it would be smart to take the Opie and Anthony show off the air for a show called Shut Up and Rock. And all we're getting is calls from Syracuse, an email from Syracuse, and instant feedback from Syracuse.
Oh, man, this new show blows, this rock show. They need to get you guys on.
Well, they think that's going to get the ratings up. You know, whatever. You know, you just got to have patience. A little patience in this business would be very, very nice. Because the feedback we're getting, we were getting something done in Syracuse.
Oh, definitely. I'm on the road all the time out here, and that's all we all listen to out here. So
now you got Shut Up and Rock.
Again.
Well, now you got Shut Up and Rock. You know,
congrats.
Tunes you could get yourself on an iPod. That's terrific. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
You know, some of the cities that they take us off, I understand it's not happening.
Yeah.
You know, for whatever reason. But Syracuse, I just know it was working. Look, 4 or 5 more Syracuse phone calls. Could take them all morning long here. Speaking of baseball, before we move on, front page of the paper, the dirty, sweaty baseball cap that sold for $328,000.
Wow.
Babe Ruth's cap. But this dope that wrote the article, a sweat-stained baseball cap once worn by Babe Ruth was auctioned for a record $328,000. That's Babe Ruth's sweat. That's cool.
Yeah, it's DNA.
That's cool.
Clone another Babe.
That's right, and then have sex with it. Don't let him play baseball. Just slap him. I'd be like, "Who's that guy with the person that looks like Babe Ruth? He's just having sex with him. What's wrong with him?" Some Red Sox fan
having sex with a Bambino's clone.
By the way, this cap, one of 3 that Babe actually wore during games.
That's
one
nice.
of only 3.
Oh, he probably had more thrown away, destroyed, whatever.
Sure. One of 3.
Pretty rare, I'd say.
Now
wow.
Now that's something, you know, that would be cool to have. Oh, here's the red carpet thing. When we heard this morning, it's Smug Guy explaining, and he's just doing his job today, explaining what we did to get this red carpet as Americans.
Yeah.
I wanted to puke. Listen to this.
Well, you mentioned they're parading down the red carpet. They are literally parading down the red carpet. You can see the NYPD is here, but here in the foreground, yes, we have this beautiful red carpet that runs for 18 blocks, folks, from 40th Street all the way up to 58th, and not just any red carpet, by the way. Take a look down here. This is actually red carpet made from recycled plastic fibers, made in a facility powered by wind power and solar power. So we're being very green about the red carpet this year before everyone heads over to the green fields of Yankee Stadium.
We're being green.
About the red carpet. See, because it's a color joke.
That's such a friggin' catchphrase that'll just go away.
Yeah.
Being green. Oh, God, it's not going to make a difference, please.
As China.
Yeah. Slurp up all the oil.
You got to get the world all on board at the same time, or this crap doesn't mean anything.
Ain't going to happen.
Doesn't mean anything.
No. These brand new, just coming into the industrial age countries are just chugging out pollution.
Yeah.
So don't worry about us.
Yeah.
We've been pretty good over the years. As a matter of fact, you look back at some photos and films from very early on in the century. This country just was, and that's what they're doing now in China and India. But we were chugging out smoke. And now we've become cleaner as a country. We're constantly becoming cleaner with the way we produce stuff. But these other countries, please. But we're the bad guys. Yeah. We're the guys that are screwing the whole world up. Without us, try to fly somewhere. Orville and Wilbur.
We
from Ohio, right? Yes, Ohio.
Jimmy and I and a few other people went and saw Ricky Gervais last night, and he was talking about China and the rest of the world, and said he said to the audience that it's our turn to be a third world nation.
Maybe it is.
I thought that was a great line. What was he talking about? The dollar and how much it's worth over there in England, I believe.
Oh. Yeah,
and then everyone's like, boo, and he's like, hey, it's your turn to be a third world nation.
He goes, he's talking about, because he kept going back. It was very funny, this callback he kept doing, all this charity work he does.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously just being a prick. And he's like, I've raised thousands of dollars for charity. Well, hundreds of pounds. And
they're like, boo. Yeah.
And Louis went on.
Louis was amazing. He only did 10 to 12 minutes, but he was amazing.
Really?
Warming up the crowd for Ricky Gervais last night. Yeah.
Yeah, we texted last night. I told him I thought he was great, and he's like, "Do you think it was?" He's like, "I felt kind of like too much like a club set." I'm like, "Dude, it was great."
No,
People
it was
still
really
walking
good.
in while Louis was on.
He was getting big laughs.
Tremendous.
Big laughs.
Louis is one of the funniest guys.
All right, we got to take our first break. Just getting started. Yeah, I know David Wells wore one of those Babe Ruth caps in a game.
Did he really?
Yeah. He wore one of those back in the day.
For the whole game or just one pitch?
No, I think it was for the whole game. I don't know. I forgot the circumstances. I don't think he actually owns the cap. I think he was...
yes,
yes, Travis.
He bought it for $34,000, and he wore it for one inning, and then Joe Torre had him take it off because it didn't conform to uniform standards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know this kid had a Babe Ruth signed ball that his stepfather had, and he played with it.
Now, see, you're thinking,
and it went over the fence, and this dog got it.
What?
And but all the kids figured out how to get it back and stuff. And then the guy that owned the junkyard, they thought he was a douche, but he was really cool, and actually gave him a signed ball with oh my God, Murderer's Row. Had signed it. It was just an amazing ball, and he put that back. He got in a little bit of trouble, but
they had to come back every week and talk baseball with him.
Yeah, and talk baseball. How do you know?
Oh, you told me the story before.
Oh, okay. I thought I did.
Then what happened? Because I've heard this one too. I just don't remember the other part of it.
Well, one of the kids went on and played in the majors. Did pretty good.
Big deal.
Yeah.
That story stinks. It's a bunch of lies.
Dennis Leary wasn't that mad at the end.
What movie?
Yeah, what dumb movie?
What movie?
The Sandlot.
Who saw that?
It's not a movie. It happened.
I mean, wait, what am I going to do? Try to get the almanac from the 50s? I don't know how to do CPR. What's CPR? I'll hit Biff again. That's what I do.
Well, I want to thank Stunt Brain for my button that I got here. It's Barack for the Future. And 2008, and it's a picture of Barack with the Back to the Future famous font logo thing. Barack for the Future. I guess you found this on the street, one of the street vendors? Yeah, of course you did. That's great. I'd rather vote for Goldie Wilson. President Barack Obama. I like the sound of that. I'm going to be president, you see. Thank you for the Barack for the Future button. I'll be sure to deposit it in a nearby trash can as quickly as possible.
He's going to be the next president, my friend.
I know. I don't disagree now.
He's going to destroy McCain in the debates.
We'll see.
Phone number 877-212-O&A. How's everybody today?
Dandy.
Doing good?
I have to thank a listener.
Opie and Anthony. Yes, Jimmy.
Because I'm going to be 40 years young. This listener sent me, thank you, buddy, a nice drill set, which was very nice.
Linger longer, that was.
And what I said I needed last night, I said I got to get Quincy season 1 because I want to do more Quincy, or some Quincy. I don't like I do it now.
Yes, you do.
And all of a sudden, the guy sent me Quincy seasons 1 and 2. Thank you, sir. I like the gift very much.
There it is. Nice. And there's his picture on the frontal.
Yeah.
By his microscope.
Intense, holding a little The little
the slide.
He's getting to the bottom of something.
There's evidence.
Yeah, just a little black curly hair. Looks like one of yours. And it was on my back.
I bet you spent $1.29 on that.
Oh, I know. How much could the Quincy friggin' season 1 and 2 cost? Who's buying that? That was probably like, they'll see that and be like, someone bought one?
Yeah. This one always has a lot of dust on the front.
Jack Klugman's going to get a check for like $3.
It's probably,
Thank you, somebody. Thank you, somebody.
It's probably the prototype. They never actually printed those up. It's just
yeah, that's the one.
The one and only.
I think they ought to raffle off the like members only type jacket that
Yes,
Quincy's wearing at his leisure.
Actually, Jack Klugman's in his house burning those on his computer by himself. I gotta get these out.
Yeah, I want the Klugman, the leisure jacket.
Yes,
the action,
his leisure jacket.
The jacket of leisure and action.
Nice. Hey, Jimmy,
and I want his girlfriend's ass spatula that is coming out.
Jimmy, we were at Ricky Gervais, and I asked you how the doctor's appointment went, and you looked at me and said, wait till tomorrow.
Well,
there's some kind of connection or something.
It's a
obviously.
thing.
It's a thing.
I went to get, yesterday I took the first step to get my sinuses fixed, went to an ENT, and because they have to look up your nasal passages. So he was a quirky little guy. He was an odd little, he looked like something off The Simpsons. He was an odd man.
Really?
But he's apparently one of the best doctors in New York. I mean, this guy is, and my therapist even checked.
Everybody says that about their doctor, though.
Oh, no.
He's the best.
I hear that so many
But he
times.
has plaques all over the wall. It was looked up. We looked him up online, and my therapist got back to me because she knows a lot of people in the medical profession. And she said that this guy's great. So we're talking. He sprays my nose with the type of thing you'd spray paint a car with. Like, you remember in Blue Collar what killed Yaphet Kotto?
Yes, in the room. Yeah.
Sprays. He blasts up my nose like that, which numbs my nose and throat, and then he puts a camera with a light on it to look, and it feels really weird, like a hair deep in your bone structure. And I was going to sneeze, and he goes, make this go he. So you had to do he.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
So you don't sneeze.
Yeah, so you don't sneeze on the doctor's arm and hand.
And camera.
Yeah, and camera. And then he looked in my left side. He said there was a little bacteria. So we had nice
bacteria in your nose?
Oh, no. What's that
My
about?
Goodness.
He said it's no big deal. He said
Of course not.
we had a nice bacterial chat. And then he goes, so what do you, he said, you're a comedian. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, what do you, he said, I said, one of your employers, you're self-employed, but also XM Radio, because, CBS pays XM. They don't pay me. So I said, yeah, I'm working at XM. He goes, what show are you on XM?
Uh-oh.
And when he said that, I was like,
Why is this our reaction every time someone asks us?
Because we know. What do you mean, why is it?
Every time, yeah, because
what show?
I try to write down. I'm in marketing.
Whenever it's someone out of the demo, by the way, whenever it's somebody, a guy between 18 and 40 years old or something like that, like in the demo, you kind of just like say, yeah, Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
But when it's a doctor,
a 52-year-old woman,
an older woman that perhaps is a friend of a girlfriend or a relative or whatever, you go like, here it comes.
Yeah.
I avoid that, though. I say I'm in marketing.
Marketing, huh?
Yeah, I market laughs or something. I don't know, but...
Well, I like people to know that, especially doctors, because if they know you're on the radio, they'd probably be nicer to you. Because I'm always afraid they're afraid you're gonna...
Or not nice to you, depending.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he goes, what show you on? And I'm like, it's almost like if someone said, hey, what's the name of your uncle? He was a clown in Chicago. He got into a bit of trouble.
Oh, right.
Things buried in his... Yeah. And he goes, what show you on? I'm like, Opie and Anthony. He goes, what? Opie and Anthony. He goes, Opie and Anthony. He goes, oh, I was on that show.
Uh-oh.
And it wasn't, I was on that show. It was, I was on that show.
Oh, no.
And I knew better than to go, well, how was it?
Yeah, just from his reaction, you knew it was an unpleasant experience.
So I was like, yeah, a lot of people come on. Bacteria. Let's get back to the bacteria.
Yeah, please.
And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, they were they weren't very nice to me.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, well, I wanted to say, of course they weren't. I mean, why would they be? You're a doctor who helps people. Why should they be nice to you?
Of course.
And I say they as in we, because I remember that day.
Oh, no.
That was awful. And
oh, no.
And I vaguely remember his call. He goes, it started off very kind of good-natured and fun, and then they just got mean. And I'm like,
no.
I was talkative Timmy. I'm like, yeah, they do that sometimes, but they're really nice guys. You know, Opie doesn't live too far from me, and Anthony's a really good guy. He's in a relationship, and he's happy, and Stunt Brain just came. I am yapping about anything.
No.
Anything to keep it moving. And he's like, at the end of the call, he's like, I was just kept talking and nobody would answer.
The silent game.
And he goes, and then they just started snoring.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, this is a man who's going to take the equivalent of a drill in my skull. Because this is the guy I want the surgery from. He really is.
Is it safe?
That's exactly.
It's safe.
But I think he'll do the surgery well, but I'm afraid he's going to let a little anesthesia slip happen.
Right.
Like, yeah, we'll give you almost enough.
Oops.
You'll wake up 40 minutes into it.
With it just a drilling pain in your head.
Yeah, and see my face. They'll be drilling into me, and I'll have worse stuff playing over the loudspeaker.
And he'll be snoring.
Yeah.
Funny, huh?
I was so embarrassed.
But why did he call our show?
Yeah, what's the backstory?
I don't remember. I'll find out. I didn't want to ask.
No.
I didn't want to go, by the way, what was the call about that we
I wonder if he was promoting something.
I think he said he was not. It wasn't a book or anything. It might have just been a call-in.
Something we were talking about, and he decided
to make that mistake of actually calling our show and trying to contribute something.
But you want to tell people, like, no, you don't understand. We forget that you're real people.
Yeah.
We forget that you're human. We're just trying to make people laugh. We don't realize there's an actual person on the other end. We're dicks.
Right.
I felt so
That's
silly.
funny.
It is, though, when somebody asks, it depends on the person. Sometimes it's just like, oh, boy, how am I going to get around this? What show? And then I like when, especially, older women, they pull out a little pen and paper and go, what's the station? Because I'm going to have to give that a listen.
Yeah.
Marjorie, he's on the radio. Yes, it's 923. What it's on 923 92.
That's where you're stupid.
K-Rock.
When they ask me which station, I go, 1010 wins.
Yeah, I do the news.
No, I'm not even kidding. You don't give
My name's
the real
John
frequency.
Montone.
You go 95.3.
Yeah, you know something? You're right.
Why would you give the real frequency?
Because then you see him next time and they just avoid you.
Someone thinks they know the phone call that this doctor gave us the day. Rob, Long Island. I think you're a faithful listener to this fine show. What do you got, Rob?
Well, yeah, this happened probably about a year ago. As soon as Jimmy mentioned that it was a nose doctor, this guy called up promoting something about a year ago on XM. And if I'm not mistaken, it was actually Jimmy who was being a douche to this guy. He started his famous little bit. You know, okay, no, why don't you talk? No, I'm not finished. Just go ahead.
It wouldn't surprise.
But why did the guy call in? That's what we really need to know.
Why don't you be the doctor? Why don't you drill your own nose? I'll just stand here. That's what he's going to do.
Why don't you put yourself back under now that it hurts?
A lot of people saying he called in about sleep problems and snoring. Is that true, Rob?
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, it was about snoring. Jimmy was complaining that he has problems like snoring, and this guy, every time Jimmy recommended something or Jimmy started talking, this guy chimed in. Jimmy goes, oh, no, you know, you're the doctor. No, just go ahead and speak.
So actually you were the problem.
I was the problem.
And now you're seeing this guy. Good luck to you.
But it was looking him up online, I got to say. And then when my therapist called, because she knows someone that deals with like all malpractice people, and she checks every doctor out. And she said, oh, he's great. You're in good hands. And then I had to show up and just realize the error of my ways.
He was a victim of this show.
Yeah. Oof. Well, you know, we do the best we can.
We are idiots.
We're not good people.
No, we're very nasty, bad people. The guy probably was like, you know, I'm listening to a guy. It sounds like he's got a problem. Why don't I do the right thing? Call up. I'll give him some advice. And there he is, sitting on the phone on hold, probably, and then click. Hi, Opie and Anthony show. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm a doctor. I'm okay, good. Let me ask Jimmy, you know, and he'll tell you what the problem is. And Jimmy probably was telling him. He goes, yeah, well, that's what I would. And then Jimmy goes, oh, no, why don't you just talk then? Yeah. Why don't you talk?
Yeah.
I can see the whole thing playing out.
So can I. It was
decent human being.
A guy who was probably calling to help with a problem that I'm having.
Yeah.
And I just chimed in on the beatdown for no reason.
Oh.
I'm not a leader, I'm a follower.
And now you're seeing the guy.
I just hope it ends up like some Nazi experiment with you.
It's not seeing the guy.
Yeah.
He's going to reconstruct the side of my face. This is not, he's not stitching my thumb after I cut it.
He can make you sound like this all the time.
Imagine if he just sewed my nose shut and then sewed my mouth shut and left a straw-sized hole.
Oh,
Breathe through that, stupid.
The whole time while you're under. Oh, I'll get you, funny boy. All right, listen, we got to move on because we got lots going on today. What's up with this Obama and the cover of the New Yorker? Do we have a problem with this?
This is the New Yorker.
Does Reverend Al Sharpton have a problem with this now?
No. A few people have a problem, but nobody of real merit. What the New Yorker did was their cover is a picture of Barack Obama dressed as a terrorist. He's got, the little turban gear on and stuff, and he's dressed kind of like Osama bin Laden. And then his lovely wife, and they're giving each other the fist bump. Mm-hmm. And his wife has a big Angela Davis afro, and she's toting, I think, a machine gun.
Looking a bit Black Power-ish.
Yeah. It's they're supposed to look like terrorists. There's an American flag burning in the fireplace.
Yeah.
And what the New Yorker was going for that I think a lot of people missed was this is how the Republicans and a lot of conservatives are portraying Barack Obama and his wife.
Right.
Or people
not saying what they fear the most. Right. It's this climate of fear that they have that him having some whatever it is Muslim background and his wife and the black extremists. That was their point. Not to say that he's a terrorist, but to parody the fact that a lot of people have this fear. And the head of the New Yorker was saying, this is what it is. Because whoever's complaining about this is misunderstanding everything that we put out there. And then Bloomberg had a comment about it saying that I think their attempt at humor missed the mark. Which I think you can't judge that.
And it wasn't humor, it was a sarcastic statement.
Right. It's not supposed to be this ha-ha funny thing. It's supposed to be a little thought-provoking. A parody like that in, the New Yorker is a pretty respected magazine. It's not Hustler. But they do have the freedom to print that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
The Obama campaign calls the illustration tasteless and offensive. Entitled The Politics of Fear, it depicts Obama wearing traditional Muslim clothing, sandals, robe, and turban, while his wife Michelle has an assault rifle slung over her shoulder, her hair in an afro. A flag burns in the fireplace behind them. The magazine barely hit the stands before the cries of outrage.
This is an absolute distortion that plays to religious and racial bigotries. Michelle with an afro wig, him and Muslim garb. All of the ridiculous notions that we hope we're getting out of American politics.
I guess Reverend Al didn't get it.
No.
It's amazing how many dummies are in this country.
Wow.
Trump is a dummy.
He really is.
And what
a
was
dummy.
it? What was it entitled?
Do you know Stump Brain?
They just said that the thing was entitled at the beginning of that piece.
Yeah, we don't listen, though.
Oh, my God.
And the Daily News annoyed me because it says here they have Barack.
Climate
and they have
of
the
fear
cover.
or something?
And it says
Politics of fear.
It says one day after the New Yorker released, and then in quotes, satirical cover. No, it's a satirical cover.
Right.
Where's the quote?
Why are there quotes around that? Satirical cover. It is.
Huh? Okay.
We are just
Here's what the New Yorker
dummies.
had to say.
The New Yorker had no apologies.
Because it's a magazine.
Statement. Satire is what we do, and it is meant to bring things out into the open, to hold up a mirror to prejudice, the hateful, and the absurd. And that's the spirit of this cover.
Good. Mm-hmm. The fact that they have to explain that, because Sharpton is, I mean, he's a stupid man. He's not a bright guy.
No.
He's not good at defending points. He's a dummy. But it's amazing when you read these letters to the editor, how people want the editor to step down.
You should step down, sir.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
A bunch of faggots.
Don't you get it?
Well, the CW hit the streets to get the man on the street angle.
Ah.
Jimmy loves the man on the street angle.
Who doesn't?
Always helpful.
Here we go.
In a sampling of opinion on the street, we found mixed sentiments.
I don't find it offensive, no. I think they're trying to make a satirical comment here.
Satire? No, that's an insult.
If they're trying to make a point, I don't think they made it clearly.
That's disgusting.
The New Yorker probably doesn't have many African Americans on the editorial staff, or somebody would have stopped this.
Yeah, I find it appalling, and I think the New Yorker should get as many of those off the newsstands as possible.
Yes, burn them. Put them in a big pile and burn them with books and other things. You jerk. What are you talking about? Get them. Don't let people see it.
Get them off the newsstand.
Unbelievable.
Where do we live in Iran?
This is
America.
Unfriggin' believable.
Yeah, you're allowed to do this in America.
And the guy who's like, well, he doesn't have a lot of African Americans.
No.
Don't black people get sarcasm? Or
No, they don't get sarcasm.
Satire?
No. No, if you're a black guy and you get to the point where you're working for the New Yorker and you're on the editorial staff, you still be too stupid, I guess, to get the humor of the cover, or actually maybe talk to the artist about what his intent was.
To me, it's so obvious what that was.
It especially on the New Yorker. Like I said, it's not Hustler or something where something like that might be portrayed just for the hell of it, like that, or some maybe even a hard right wing Republican
right, The Economist
publication, yeah, something like that. But it's the New Yorker. They're known for satire, stupid, bad satire. A lot of times, I hate their jokes. Ugh, I don't get them.
Yeah, like at the urinals.
Are they highbrow?
Yeah, very highbrow.
At the urinals, sometimes in like fancy restaurants, they'll have like a little cartoon over it.
Yeah.
Seen them.
And it's always it's a guy in a suit. It's kind of drawn hard, like a bad sketch. And he's going, well, Biff, the merger is not supposed to go through, but Acquisitions is on vacation.
And you get a little chuckle.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I don't get it.
I don't.
It's the guy talking.
They just make you feel stupid. This one's over my head.
I don't get this.
They're awful. It's like a Kathy cartoon.
I hate Kathy.
Of course you do. She's terrible. She's a little black and white lesbian. No one likes Kathy.
Kathy stinks. By the way, a lot of people saying they remember the call from the doctor, and it was all about you making fun of him as he's trying to help you with your snoring and your sleep problems and your sinuses. And this guy offers free advice, and you're just trashing him. And we got the phone call. We're going to play after the break.
Oh, good. We are.
I got to hear this.
Well, because you were very vague. Like, I don't know. He said he called in the show, and we kind of did something. And then, no, it was all you, Jimmy.
I know.
This time it was all you.
I don't remember.
And now you're seeing this guy, and now he's going to do major surgery on your sinuses.
Oh,
I know.
boy.
And all he's got are big plaques on his wall. Like he's got like a New Yorker cover. Like he named as one of the top doctors in New York. Like it's for
Was
real.
that satirical?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that would suck.
Yeah.
One of the best doctors in the world.
Yeah, it's got him with an axe.
Malik from Asbury Park. Malik, my brother.
Malik.
Yo, what up, my niggas?
Hi, Malik.
I wish I could say that back, but I would get fired, my friend.
We're thinking it.
We're thinking it all the time, though. Don't you worry. What do you got, Malik?
Yeah, listen, I first seen that picture, too, on the news, man. Coming from the black community side of thought, I didn't think that it was a joke. I didn't understand the satire or the sarcasm about it. But after hearing your angle of it, I kind of see where it's coming from. But I think during a time like this, where you have these sentiment and these feelings coming from a lot of people from the right wing, it's like, I don't think that was in good taste.
What if that was on the cover of like Ebony or Jet or something, and that was would that make it a little more apparent that it was sarcasm? Like, wow, look at what some people think.
Absolutely not. If it was on the cover of Hip Hop Weekly, it still wouldn't have been accepted. Just.
But it's supposed to show that this climate of fear of what people think of them, and some of the fears that Americans have that, oh my God, these are two people that are a little militant or Muslim. The word Muslim always comes up. Like, I think it's obvious, especially since the New Yorker is a liberal publication.
Very liberal. And she's holding a gun. Michelle Obama's holding a machine gun, which to me completely gives it away. as being sarcastic because nobody would draw something that they meant with her with a gun. It just doesn't make sense.
Right. I mean, I completely agree. I see your point, but I think just to post a picture like that, I mean, you know, I think they were just leading to try to say something. They could have had like a big, you know, title or a headline saying something like, "This is what America thinks." You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can't be that blatant.
They don't want to over-explain it, Malik. I mean, I have a lot of respect for political cartoonists because when you sometimes in the New York Post, I read these political points they make, and they really are brilliant with like a one caption shot, and sometimes they'll draw like the name Sharpton or Bush on the guy's chest so you know who it is. But I mean, they're really great at making a point with a simple. I think there's a real brilliance to what those political cartoonists do. So I don't think they should over-explain it.
All right. Hey, thank you, Malik.
All right, fellas. Peace.
See you later.
All right. After the break, we got the phone call from this doctor that now is going to be doing.
Is it nice, E-Rock?
Oh, it's nice, I bet.
E-Rock, just listen to the whole thing to make sure it's clean. What do you got there on this call?
The ending of the call is unnecessary, but it is very funny.
Unnecessary.
Why is it
Okay.
unnecessary? Do I finally make up with him and go, look?
No.
No, I bet not.
Oh, I can't wait to. And
I don't want to hear
It
it.
ends
And
on
you
a
got.
down note.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear this.
And you got to let us know if this is the doctor you're now seeing.
I already know it is. I'm sure it is.
Of course it
All
is.
right, listen. Don't go anywhere. Trust me, it's gonna be a bit fun after the break. Opie and Anthony.
No.
Opie and Anthony. Bad boy radio host.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony on your radio dial. What? 877-212-018.
Oh, I want to do a quick...
Jimmy, I can't hear you.
Huh?
I want to do a quick recap on what's the apps.
Oh, what's the app? Sure.
What's the apps? We were talking about that yesterday. The iPhone, the new apps, applications.
Mention the iPhone in our show again, and then we go to Jimmy with what's the apps.
Yes.
We got to get the word out because our future is a little cloudy right now.
Well, I like the fact that I could pop on AOL. I got my little app for AOL radio. It's right there. If you got your iPhone, all you got to do is hit your app store, and then find the AOL radio icon, and then you download it. And I hit that thing right there, and I got my favorites in there, I got K-Rock, I got BCN, I got 1010 Wins for my news.
I know one station you don't have in there.
What?
The one in Syracuse?
No, I don't.
Because you don't want to listen to Shut Up and Rock.
Why would I?
Hey, can we get some Shut Up and Rock audio today?
And there it is.
Instantly. Brush it on and your problems.
It's a little delayed.
So grab it.
That's a pretty good volume, though. They did fix the volume a little bit.
For free. This issue cover is different. It's
See?
Yeah, but
that's
see,
our station right here.
But let me jump in. I mean,
on my iPhone.
People get confused with the audio coming out of phones, but you put a little headphone jack in there, and you got crystal clear audio.
Oh yeah, I did it last night. I put my headphones on, and I was listening to it. It's pretty cool. You just listen to. I was listening to BCN from my house in New York.
That rocks.
Yeah.
I always like BCN. I always like their music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You get to listen to Toucher and Rich from your pool, my friend.
See, exactly.
That's nice. Anyway, Jimmy,
So
what's
we're
the
on-
apps?
Well, what's the apps? We're on the subway last night. Opie and I and some friends, and we're on the train, and we had to take a 3 train.
When are you going to talk about Friends, by the way?
Huh?
When are you going to talk about the Friends?
Oh, you know, who knows?
All right, just asking. Go ahead.
Friends.
Because I don't want people to think that we're a homosexual couple.
Cares what they think. Big deal. We're not gay. You go home to who you go home to. I go home to who I go. What we do is our business.
That is so funny that the first thing that comes to your mind when you say you're out with friends is that you're a homosexual couple.
Well, you know, as guys, we're uber paranoid.
Oh, I'm not. I don't care what anybody thinks. So what? We were on the train, pressed together.
Hey!
It was only us. I stand close to be
There
protected.
was nobody else on the phone.
That's right.
On the phone, on the train phone.
He goes, why are you pressing that into me? I'm like, just easy. In case there's a
Hold
problem.
on.
The subway stunk last night, by the way.
So we get on the 3 train, and
All right.
nobody knew
Or
did
did
it, did it stop when we had to go. Did it stop when we had to go?
Yes.
And somebody had his iPhone and said, let's give the old 3 a tap on the iPhone.
Uh-huh.
And that gave us the hours and everything.
Yes, it's
See, it's the future. This is,
and that's a fart.
I didn't even notice
a
it
good one.
smelling. To be honest with you, I didn't notice a.
Obviously, because you just fart. You don't know what fresh air is anymore.
That's true. I'm a little jaded.
These apps that are coming out for iPhone, and I'm sure other phones have applications and different little gizmos and gadgets, but these things, this is what the future was supposed to be, and it's all about.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff in one small compact unit that you carry with you. Remember when you had your phone and your personal digital assistant and any other type of MP3 player, and it was too much crap. They finally are starting to really get this down where they're fitting it into one unit. It's not just a phone anymore, and it's great. I love my apps.
I got a BlackBerry. Do I get apps?
I don't know. Can you get on your phone and hit an apps thing and get a bunch of apps? New ones coming on all the time. Can you do that?
I'm going to have to give it to a tech guy. I don't know how to do that.
I know one thing you can do, though, that you have an advantage. Make a phone call.
Yeah. well, yeah. John, Red Bank, New Jersey. What's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. What's the apps?
What's the apps?
What's the apps, my friend?
So I never listen to the show until I get in my car because that's where I have my XM. I don't have a radio in the house. I don't listen until 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on my iPhone this morning, listening to the show, got to hear Jimmy's story about the doctor. Can't wait to hear that audio. It's really incredible.
Well, prove that you're listening to the Opie and Anthony show through your iPhone right now.
Oh, hold on.
Let's see what we're talking about right now.
But it's from like 2 days ago. It's the delay is pretty. Hold on.
I didn't notice they obviously because you just fart. You don't know.
Yeah, see.
Hey, we just did that
on his phone.
Hey, we're doing a little Back to the Future thing.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool, John. Thank you.
Anyway, thanks a lot, Anthony, for turning me on to that, man.
See.
Yeah, get the word out because we might need that.
I was very excited when I first saw that on my iPhone. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And it wasn't like a conflict because it's through CBS, too. So I was waiting for them to come down on me. Don't be promoting that.
No, CBS is finally embracing the internet and internet listening. And
the
all that.
Future.
Yeah. You know that they keep track of our web traffic for the radio show?
Do they? That's scary.
That's another thing they use to see if we're being successful or not for them.
Yeah.
Oh, your web hits are way up this month. Good job.
Great. More things that are rated.
Yeah, of course.
That we have to worry about.
We got the doctor phone call, but first, really fast, because I'm looking at this huge flat screen behind Anthony's head, and I see principal arrested. So I go to the guys, what's that story about?
Yeah.
Why do you think the principal was arrested? How about we go around the room and guess?
Something. Can I get one hint? Is it something
just principal arrested? That's all you need to know.
A little sexy?
But what kind of sexy?
Okay, let's see. I'll say
the principal was doing the sexy, yes.
Looking through some kind of hidden device, a camera, and getting some type of images of girls in the locker room.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
My guess?
Yes.
Working the kids too hard before the spelling bee. That's my guess.
I would have gone for that first damn.
Here's your hint. He's a Catholic school principal.
All right. Just change mine from the girls' locker room to the boys.
This guy's a naughty boy.
Oh, is he naughty?
Catholic school principal is among 3 men facing charges for allegedly having a nude tryst in a backyard. Police in Greenberg say they found the men having sex behind a vacant home on Abbeville Lane Sunday night. 41-year-old Gabriel De Jesus, 31-year-old Francesco Otera were arrested and released without bail. De Jesus is the principal of Sacred Heart School for the Arts in Mount Vernon. A third man possibly involved remains at large.
I thought it was in Mount Franco.
They needed to get it. Oh,
wait! Can I ask who the guy at large is?
Yeah.
They're not going to catch him.
No.
Let's left his penis in the yard. All right, you got me. It's mine.
The guy at large. Maybe he's the guy at small.
I guess there was 2 cops and 2 guys, and when there's 3 of you in a circle, so they have one guy at large and they have a cracker which nobody wants to claim.
All right. Rob C. from Queens, he writes, ha, ha, ha. I love Jimmy, but that day I cringed for the poor doctor. Ha, ha, ha. My girlfriend called him an animal.
Wow.
We got some people tuning in for the first time, Jimmy. So the quick setup before we replay this phone call from a couple of years ago.
I did something. I feel bad about it.
No.
I'm getting my sinuses fixed finally, and my I go and I have a look up the best doctor, one of the best doctors in New York for sinus surgery. There's articles all over the internet about this guy. My therapist confirms with me. She checks some people in the medical profession she knows who know all the legal stuff and people who have malpractices, and she calls me while I'm in his waiting office. She goes, "This guy is great. You're in excellent hands with this guy." And it turns out he was a guest on this program, and it didn't go well, which is shocking because normally we have a respectable person like that on. We handle it very well.
Well, you guys got to talk, and he asked you what you do, and you said, this and that, and I also work for XM, and he's like, oh, what show? And you said Opie and Anthony, and he said, well, I was on that show, and it didn't go too well. And it turns out he was calling the show because you were bitching about your sinuses, and this guy, as an expert, was trying to help you out. And now this karma thing is a little bit strange because now you're seeing this actual doctor.
He's not prescribing antihistamines. He's going to put me under in a surgical setting.
Right.
And change the internal structure of my head. It's going to affect my breathing, my life force. I'm putting my life in this guy's hands.
I hope he does it with maggots. Just shoves a few maggots up your nose.
Dude, I'm going into his office. There was a big fat girl who was before me, and I could hear her from the waiting room crying, "Hey, surgery is gonna be painful." And her fat mother was there trying to comfort her. I wanted to clunk both of their big fat heads together.
Clunk.
Stop your whinging, cow. That's it.
With that said, here's a phone call, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago.
No, it was back in 2006.
That's 2 years ago, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know, but he said
Why
a year
are you
ago.
jumping on my face?
No, I'm not. I'm correcting him.
Oh.
Because E-Rock said a year ago. I'm saying it's 2006.
All right, and here you go.
Are there certain foods that are more likely to cause, I have a very bad thing in the back of my throat where I'm always going, I always have to clear my throat. Is that tied in with my nasal drip? I take Mucinex a lot.
Yes. Especially dairy products make that worse.
You go ahead. I wasn't done, but go ahead.
Yeah, dairy products.
Is that the doctor, Jimmy, that you're now seeing?
It sounds like him. It could be him.
He wasn't even really doing anything wrong. He really wasn't.
No. Are there certain foods that are more likely to cause, I have a very bad thing in the back of my throat where I'm always going, I always have to clear my throat. Is that tied in with my nasal drip? I take Mucinex a lot.
Yes. Especially dairy products make that worse.
You go ahead. I wasn't done, but go ahead.
Yeah, dairy products will make the saliva thicker and give you more of a problem like that.
A lot of times, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt my question. A lot of times I'll have coffee, and I'm fine, and yet I'll have a cup of coffee, and the next thing you know, I got to take 2 Mucinex, so I'm not clearing my throat every 10 seconds.
Yeah, do you have cream in the coffee?
What's that? Yeah, jump right in.
Do you have cream in the coffee?
No, I don't. I have fat-free or Lactaid.
Yeah, well, that'll do it too.
All right, well, will it?
Yeah, so drink it black. See what happens.
I can't drink it black.
Okay.
I don't like it black. I'm trying to say, help me here, Hendry, if I want.
Well, why don't you drink Hawaiian Punch?
Nah, that does it too. There's certain beverages that just do it. But it really is a problem for me. I always feel like I get this thin trail of booger spit in the back of my throat. It drives me.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to ask the question. You go right. You would know. You're the doctor.
All right. You're making fun of it, but mucus is good. We can't live without mucus.
No, I didn't say let's remove all mucus like it's in the Warsaw Ghetto in 1941. I was simply saying, how do I stop clearing my throat all the time? Well, I don't really know what to do about it. It's driving me nuts. Mm-hmm. And I'll take Mucinex, which does clear it up. But right. I notice I have to take more and more and more, and I'm not sure. It drives me crazy. And I think it's tied into the fact that I have bad sinuses.
Well, it very well may be. I mean, I have to examine you to find out what other factors are playing a role. Do you drink a lot of water?
I do, actually. I drink probably more water than is good for me. That's what people have been telling me my whole life, because I'm in the bathroom a lot, which I thought meant diabetes, but it turns out that it's just I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not too sure if that helped. It does help a little bit. But I like that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just talk about it. All right, go ahead. Now, how do you diagnose me? We're both talking.
And then there are certain kinds of sprays that can be used in the nose to hydrate you better.
Yeah, can they?
Yeah.
Like
and,
what?
And if you're taking
sorry, go ahead, right away. What would you recommend spray-wise?
Something called Xlear, Xlear.
Queer?
Yes, spelled Xlear.
Yes, we're live again.
Not only is that him,
yeah,
but I went and bought that stuff yesterday that he recommended.
Oh, really?
We're back now in 2008. Yeah, I went and bought that stuff yesterday. That he's recommended the same stuff to clear up the sinuses.
The guy called the show to help you out.
You are so obnoxious.
You're just an idiot.
Yeah, well, why did you just... okay, you're the doctor. You just talk. Yeah, diagnose me.
And now, fast forward 2 years, you're seeing this guy, and he's going to take care of your
He's going to
sinuses.
be inside your head.
Oh, my God.
Inside your head.
Let's go back to 2006.
I don't want to. What would you recommend spray-wise?
Something called Xlear, Xlear.
Queer?
Yes, spelled Xlear. It is a saltwater spray with a sugar in it called xylitol. It cleans up the nose.
But I've tried saline rinses and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, try the Xlear.
What's that? I don't even know how to spell clear.
Xlear.
That's not how you spell clear, and I'm never going to find that or remember it, and our listeners won't remember that. I mean, I'm trying to get help here. I tried steroids. They gave me steroids to shoot up my nose.
No, it's not going to happen.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, and all of a sudden I'm the dummy.
Right.
They don't work, the steroids, and this clear thing you're talking about.
You listen to me and get the Xlear.
I tried that one time. The steroids are no good.
No, the Xlear is not a steroid.
I don't care what the sexual orientation is. It's not important to me.
All right. Well, if you want to get better, you'll listen to me.
I am trying to listen to you, but you won't let me get a word in. You keep interrupting me, and I'm trying to tell you my problems.
Okay.
I can't breathe at night. I have stuffy noses.
Mm-hmm.
And I snore, and it's bothering me.
Well, come on in and we'll take care of it.
And that's the answer for everything, isn't it?
Well, it's an answer for you.
It's not an answer for me. I need help now. What kind of spray can I buy?
I just told you.
I don't have steroids.
No. It's not a steroid.
We're back. Jimmy just spit his water out.
See, Jimmy.
A big mouthful of water. Food.
It was you that was an ass.
Not only was it me,
it was you.
It's 100% to 0.
We're not even talking.
I haven't said word one. Opie hasn't said anything. You are complete ass to this gentleman who just wanted to help.
And now you're seeing him, which is just amazing.
He's going to drill your nose out. Just offering one after another. He is offering sound suggestions, sound advice, and you were doing nothing but berating him.
He couldn't be more helpful.
No.
He just was trying to help you out, Jimmy.
I'm going to wake up from surgery, and my nose is going to be gone, and there's just going to be a giant vagina in the middle of my face. Going to fix my wagon.
He certainly should.
Boy, yeah.
After that display.
Well, that's pretty good. And it's definitely the same guy, right?
Oh, that's the end of it, right?
Yeah.
I'll say
the ending
this.
was unnecessary and funny.
It's not as bad as I thought. I'm not that embarrassed by that because it was just a stupid bit. But it was
hysterical bit.
But it was nothing really nasty. We weren't ripping up his book.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm like, you didn't call to promote a book, did you? Because I'm like, I know that wouldn't have went well. So that was a little embarrassing, but I don't feel as bad about that.
All right. We got to take a quick break. We're going to continue. We're going to listen to some Shut Up and Rock audio today.
Ooh. Shut Up and Rock, the show that replaced us in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Wow. This has got to take off, right?
And let it be known that we're getting nothing but Syracuse phone calls once again today. So I guess you know what you're doing there, Fareed. What's the stock price down to today, Stunt
Did it drop again?
No, it popped to 88 and then dropped back to 83.
Oh, wow. Could have played
day
it.
Trading going on.
Could have played it.
Pop and drop.
We needed to play that mother effer.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I just got some change. I could buy another share of Citadel stock, my friends.
Great.
877-212-O&A. Opie and Anthony, 877-212-O&A. I ran to the bathroom. What do you got there, Jimmy? What are we looking at?
Really vile. I watched videos this morning. They actually disturbed me.
You finally found your line as far as porn goes?
Yeah, like animal porn I find to be pretty disgusting as well. Like, obviously, that's horrible stuff. But this is just, say, a couple, and there's a very fine line, like, where a girl is just, say, let's just say, pleasuring a guy, making him feel good, and let's just say sometimes it will cause a girl to vomit.
Right.
And
these are all those such videos where...
Of that variety,
yeah.
And there are a couple, obviously. There's a lot of videos, but she's into it. Like,
how could you be into that?
That one looks like pea soup.
What do they make her eat beforehand? Like pea soup, yeah.
But
something going on there.
But just the smell has got to be so awful because he has vomit on his legs.
It's everywhere. As she's continuing.
Wait till you see it fast motion, though. It's like this is in slow motion. It's just disgusting. I had to shower after it. It's so horrendous. But I knew I'd get E-Rock. I made him watch it. At first, it looked like baby food that came up. Terrible.
I was in the bathroom during the break, and just a quickie, we got All-Star Weekend or All-Star Week here in New York City. You got the 18-block red carpet that's messing up everybody's commute today.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of looking over the sports section. You know that Barry Bonds' agent is still trying to get him a team?
Really?
You got the trade deadline at the end of the month, I believe, right? Isn't it like July 31st, something like that? And there's no takers for Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds wants to continue playing baseball. And his agent has been shopping him around, and nobody wants to take Barry Bonds.
No one wants to take the chance of signing him to a bunch of cash and then having him go to jail.
It's not even a bunch of cash because they're even going as low as just trying to get him a minimum contract.
Wow, he wants to play.
He wants to play so bad. He basically wants to play for no money. Yes, the major league minimum is $390,000.
Righteous bucks.
And I believe that's for the whole year. You're talking about half a year. He basically wants to play for no money.
Yeah,
because he has way more money than that. It's not about the money. And the agent's even saying if that doesn't raise a level of suspicion, I don't know what does.
Why wouldn't?
And then it says a pathetic ending to the story.
Wow.
The home run king nobody wants to pick up this year.
Did they cut him? They just said we don't need this.
Yeah, his contract was done, and they didn't want to re-sign him. They wanted to be done with Barry Bonds and move on. Yeah.
What that's all about, though.
Well, it's,
the steroid thing, but I mean...
Yeah.
So?
They're paranoid.
He's the home run king. How could you not?
He's the home run king, yeah.
You think they're afraid that, like, without it, he's going to do terrible anyway? Like, every team is probably like the guy's going to hit...
He's not going to do terrible, though.
I mean, maybe that's what they're afraid of, and that, like,
at the very least, it would help your box office. So, like,
yeah, you got name recognition there. So.
One of these teams that isn't doing that well, you pick up Barry Bonds, you get a few extra people in the seats. So,
and you sell
there's a value there, especially if you're going to only pay about $390,000. You kidding me? Yep. That's a great investment, but with all the stuff that's going on, no one wants to take the chance. That's amazing to me.
You'd sell merchandise. You'd make it. You'd
oh
make
my
it up
God!
In jerseys.
Of course you would. So it's still a headline for us anyway. But we got replaced in Syracuse. I don't know what Citadel was thinking because I mean our feedback has been ridiculous. Phone calls all morning from Syracuse, instant feedback from Syracuse, emails from Syracuse. A lot of what the F is going on in Syracuse. And then we find out that they replaced us with a show called Shut Up and Rock.
Shut Up and Rock.
That doesn't make us feel too good.
If you're the host of Shut Up and Rock, your boss is really telling you that you suck. That's pretty much your boss is saying you suck so badly talking on the air.
Yeah.
That I'm going to put you on a show called Shut Up and Rock.
Yeah.
Which means we want you to play the records and shut up.
I just imagine like a meeting a month or two from now where she's feeling good about her show and tries to talk to Petey into letting her talk a little more. Now. You see what it's called.
Yeah.
Shut Up and Rock.
It's called Shut Up and Rock. You're the shut up part. See, the records are the rock part. That's what your boss is telling you.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's go to John in New York. John, what's up?
Hey, guys. The thing with Barry Bonds is they're all pretty sure he's going to jail, and none of them wants his name affiliated with their team. They don't want to announce New York Yankees player Barry Bonds goes to jail, so no one wants to sign him until the whole court case goes through.
When do you think that the jail thing will be decided? During the season?
I have no clue. They're going to just drag their feet like everything else. I don't think it's going to be during the season.
Sure.
They're going to want it to be after the season.
I like the Martha Stewart thing. It's for perjury. It's not even for, because you can't go to jail for steroids.
Yeah.
But he perjured himself, apparently.
Possibly, lying about what he knew and what he did. Well, thank you there, John. Eric on Long Island. Eric.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I just wanted to throw in there the Barry Bonds trial is not starting till 2009.
Right.
And on top of that, last year at bat, he was by far still the best player in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, his skills didn't diminish that much whatsoever. That's what makes this very, very strange that no one would take a chance with him. He must be a real ass, I'm thinking. He must not be a nice guy, and no one wants to be around him.
Not nice to hang out around.
Yeah.
Maybe they like seeing him suffer. Maybe everybody's like let him go.
Yeah.
Let him look stupid. But it's weird how they're going after the players for this. They're not calling. Are they making the owners testify? Are they putting the owners up for perjury charges? It's like a bad position to put players in.
How about the managers that knew what was going on in the locker room?
Absolutely.
And looking the other way as there's shenanigans going on in the stalls and wherever.
What player would throw his own legacy down the toilet? I don't blame Bonds for lying. You have this legacy, everybody is doing it, and yours is going to get flushed down the toilet when they're not calling everybody to testify to the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not telling the truth, and the owners aren't going to. It's just irritating.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so moving back. So we got some audio of Shut Up and Rock. This is what's going on the Shut Up and Rock radio show today in Syracuse, the show that replaced us.
Ava Rocks, it's on 95X, Shut Up and Rock mornings. On today's 95X, we got your tickets to see the premiere of the latest Batman movie, The Dark.
But she's talking.
I thought this was Shut Up and Rock.
A Shut Up and Rock show should be just a computer voice.
Yeah, like a...
No, I'm serious.
Stephen Hawking voice.
Shut up and rock.
That was Stone Temple Pilots.
She even knows that she's useless, because listen how fast she talks.
Ava Rocks, it's on 95X, Shut Up and Rock mornings. On today's 95X, we got your tickets to see the premiere of the latest Batman movie, The Dark Knight. And someone's going to score all this cool Batman paraphernalia from the Comic Zone. And if you've won tickets and you're going, keep this in mind. Don't bring your cell phone to the premiere. You just leave it in the car, at home. Security may take your phone. They will be scanning people. And even if you're one of those folks that are good enough to turn your phone off and put it in your pocket, that's still not going to be good enough. They will be taking your cell phone. So just don't bring it. Coming up, Nickelback on today's 95X.
Just
Nickelback, stop it.
Just who gives a crap babble.
Nickelback.
That's the Shut Up and Rock show.
Yeah.
Come on.
And by the way, if you are going to one of these Batman premieres, they give you your cell phone back. What they do is they put it in a bag, and then after the movie, they give it to you. You don't have to keep your cell phone home. They make you put it in a little bag.
Wait, you put it in a bag with a bunch of other cell phones?
No, individual. They have it all organized, and then at the end of the movie, they give you your bag and your cell phone back.
I don't like that.
And then you keep it in the car then.
Yeah.
But she's making it sound like they're confiscating iPhones and not giving them back just because you were stupid enough to bring it to the
Put
theater.
It down the front of your pants.
Yeah.
They're not going to frisk you like that, right?
Medical. Metal detectors, my friend.
You got to go through metal detector?
Yes. Let's say hi to John in Syracuse. We could do these phone calls all day. John?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
Oh, it's awful. Turned on my radio yesterday morning and realized, holy crap, it's gone.
Yeah, I guess we didn't have listeners, even though the phones are just lit every day. The last 2 days, anyway.
Every single morning I listen, so that's crap.
Well, you got Shut Up and Rock now. Enjoy.
No.
Enjoy.
It's back to the thumb drive in the radio.
All right, my brother. I don't know what to tell you. You got an iPhone? You can listen to us on the iPhone.
Yes.
Nope, don't have AT&T.
You got the satellite.
No. Well, that's going to be the next thing I have to run to.
All right. Well,
the only other option I got.
There you go. Sorry, John. They know what they're doing, though. I guess. What can I tell you? We're too stupid to know this business.
Well, they've lost me multiple times, and this is probably going to be the last time.
All right, John. Thank you.
No problem.
If they replaced us with some, Rush, Limbaugh, because they decided to go political or
anything
something.
with,
but Shut Up and Rock.
It's just a money-saving thing. I bet you that's it. They just want to save. They're probably paying her nothing.
Of course they're paying her nothing.
The same thing they were paying her.
Guess what?
Yeah, I know.
What?
They got us on the cheap, my friend. I could easily say that.
Certainly did.
They're not paying her that much less. Let's just put it that way. Unless she was, on welfare. Woman arrested in sex competition, my friends.
Sex competition?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Athens.
Athens, Greece, or Georgia?
Greece, my friend.
Okay.
Listen to this.
Woman. Okay, that's different.
I think we need to bring this to our radio show. And then we'll show
Really?
Shut Up and Rock people.
Yeah, shut up and suck.
That's what Citadel was basically telling us there, Jimmy. 9 British women were facing prostitution charges after being arrested at the weekend for taking part in a oral sex competition.
Wow.
In the Greek holiday island of Zakinos.
It wasn't Lesbos or whatever that place was?
I'm proud to be a lesbian.
A lesbian from Lesbos.
Do we have that clip of the old dude proud to be a lesbian? Yeah, we got to play that today. Yeah, so you got this Greek holiday island, Zakinos or something like that.
Zakinos.
You got 6 British and 6 Greek men, including 2 bar owners, were also charged in the incident, which took place at this beach in the south of the Ionian Island, which lies off the west coast of mainland Greece. Okay, the women who came to the popular resort on holiday have been paid to take part in the competition, an oral sex competition, which was video recorded and was to be posted on the internet.
This is obviously TNA for O&A, which we did live on the beach.
Is Greece ripping us off?
This sounds exactly like what we did
in Buffalo. We didn't have
Buffalo.
We didn't have an official competition.
Well, let me tell you, they decided to take it upon themselves to compete.
I know.
I have never seen what I saw in such large numbers.
We made it easy for the lawyers because this is what we love about TNA with O&A back in the day in Buffalo. I mean, they still talk about this in Buffalo. We were supposed to be fired for TNA with O&A, even though it was never on the radio. The debauchery that happened on that beach outside of Buffalo, southwest of Buffalo, on that fine Saturday was just unbelievable. The videos are still all over the internet. It was supposed to be an innocent game of volleyball, and it basically turned out to be a lesbian orgy in the sand.
Yeah.
And then girls were having a competition with vegetable products.
And not small ones.
No.
Not baby carrots. They were
No.
breaking out the zooks.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just so widespread all over the beach. And there was, it got really bad because, well, if we knew this was going to happen, we'd have cordoned off the beach a little bit.
Yeah.
But we didn't know. It was a spontaneous thing. These girls just decided to take it upon themselves and go, we're just going to go from playing a little topless volleyball, which was what it was supposed to be.
It wasn't even supposed to be topless volleyball.
No, it was just supposed to be stripper volleyball. You're right.
You know, where they would wear tiny little bikinis.
Yeah. Well, it turned into topless volleyball. And then it turned into topless and bottomless, completely nude volleyball with these girls. Then they forgot about volleyball and just started laying down in the sand. And things I saw that day stay in my mind till this day.
Absolutely.
And the horror of the whole thing and the biggest problem wasn't so much that. It was that it was a public beach, and there were families on blankets with coolers just trying to have some fun.
You know what? They didn't see anything.
Did they?
There were so many people crowding around.
That's
the
true. They were
volleyball
crowded around. It did look like some kind of a for a lack of a better term, a gang rape.
Yeah.
It was just everybody gathered around, so it was very hard to see from any distance.
And who signed off on TNA with O&A?
The old days.
The same dopey lawyers? I believe so.
That said that our listeners could run around the city and have sex in various public places.
And then, they were coming for us.
Oh, yeah, they were.
The media was swirling. The lawyers were getting involved.
And the police, by the way, were coming for us.
There were depositions that were going to be done.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we did the Sex for Sam thing, and then it was very, very easy to make everything go away.
Yeah.
Where can we find some of those old videos? They're up there still, right? Yeah. Here and there. So anyway, they did this oral sex competition in on this Greek island. That's all they have to say about it. It was supposed to be posted on the internet. The men were charged with encouraging obscene behavior. See, we would have been arrested for that ourselves back in the day, Anthony. Let's see, around 15 million people, a fifth of them British, visit the eastern Mediterranean country each year, drawn by its soaring summer temperatures, azure waters, and sandy beaches. So they had a nice oral sex competition. That's wonderful. Here's one of our favorite clips.
I am proud to be a lesbian.
I am proud to be a lesbian. That's from Lesbos, right? Is that the name of the place?
Yes.
I am from Lesbos.
Yes.
I am proud to be a lesbian.
The island of Lesbos. We have Seth Green coming in a few minutes here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple things. Danny really wants us to play the ex-boyfriend breaks into the house to torture puppy and revenge attack audio.
Okay.
Really?
Danny has a bit of a twisted mind there.
Who's that flirting with your girl on TV? I don't like it.
It's not flirting. That's country star Kenny Chesney.
I don't like him. He looks like a sick kid with that stupid hat on. A 5-year-old cancer kid. He bugs me.
He looks like a sick kid.
Look at him with his big old oversized Yankee hat.
Big Yankee hat on his big head.
Did Babe Ruth hit a home run for him back in the day?
Oh, he bugs me.
Yeah, why is he wearing a Yankee cap?
He's probably a Yankee fan.
Well, it's All-Star Week here in Manhattan. Very exciting.
He's a country singer.
He's a
I don't know what he
kid.
does.
And he bothers me. I don't like the way he's flirting with your girl.
Well, Jill, I'm just a normal kid. Wear a Yankee hat. I'm going to go to the All-Star game. It's part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation thing they gave me. The second one was to sit here, stare at you.
Do you realize Jill brought up last night that it'll be a year since we met on Jimmy's birthday? Right. She came by last birthday that Jimmy had.
Oh, no kidding.
That was when she actually came in the studio with the cake and everything.
And the sparks weren't flying, obviously, because you had to wait another 10 months.
I think something was in the way, like 2 relationships.
She had emailed me
2?
a few times.
Well, I was in one and she was in one.
Oh.
I got emails from her. I remember said Jill Nicolini emailed me about coming on the show, and you guys didn't believe that she had actually emailed.
Of course not.
Right.
She probably had a thing for you back then, even.
See, there's the picture of me all nervous. I make fun of that picture. I'm just standing there like, hi.
You smoke good day.
Ass.
Well, now you're up to... Know who's keeping track? Stunt Brain.
Stunt Brain, of course.
How many days, Stunt Brain? Look, he'll have the answer.
I believe yesterday was 63, so we're at 64 today, yeah.
We're at 64 days.
Yeah.
And counting.
A little over 2 months. Going strong, Ant.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk about the Antolini thing as much.
No. We're hanging out.
I understand. All right. Here's some audio.
I'm a country star. I wear a big hat on my head when I'm not wearing a Yankee cap.
Look at him. Goddamn Jimmy hit right on the head of Progeria kid.
He's awful.
Well, Maury.
Why can't we get a cool cap? Let me tell you something. I'm a Mets fan.
Yeah.
The Yankee baseball cap, very cool to wear. And I have to say it. The Red Sox cap, very cool to wear.
I hate the Red Sox, but it is a cool cap to wear if you're a fan.
I bought a Mets cap this summer. I can't...
For your chick?
No, yeah, I might as... Yes.
That's exactly the point.
Why can't they figure out a cool cap for guys?
Yes.
If you're a Mets fan. You just don't see many guys walking around with Mets caps.
Uh-huh.
Which one did you get, though?
Yeah, I try to go with the faded...
pink one?
No,
the visor?
Yeah, that's right, dude. That felt good. I haven't done that in a while. They attempt to fade out that awful blue.
The blue.
Blue is one of the coolest colors ever.
not
if you're in the Mets organization. They decide to get the worst version of the color blue and say this will work.
Like when I was wearing a Mets hat for a while until my hair outgrew it, but you got to go with the black, like the black cap with the Mets. I
tried those two. It's just not as cool as the Yankee hat, the Red Sox hat. Just about every other cap out there is cool. You should see what the Phillies are doing. They got some great merch.
They have a big P on their hat. It doesn't even sound right.
The Mets merch just sucks. They're gonna have a new stadium next year. They should just they should not even tell the league. Just come up with brand new colors and go, look, we know it's time to move on to something new.
Really does stink because I did go to the last Subway Series in New York. Stadium. They didn't even have any like cool stuff to buy to like commemorate the big event that it was. I walked out of there with one of those crappy pennants.
Yeah,
for like $5. Like they didn't have a shirt or a
with
hat
a stick.
No, I didn't take the stick. But
the Islander merch is awful too.
It just sucks.
Just representing the hockey fans out there.
Why is that?
We lost Ted Nolan and not happy about
Seems
that.
Seems like the easiest thing to do would be come up with some kind of merchandise.
They got the wrong guys in the organization that don't get what people want, I guess.
You know what else? Something gets put on a hat or a jersey and for years, and it just sticks and people don't want to change. Remember when the Islanders wanted to change, and they went to that Gorton's a Gloucester fisherman look?
Yeah.
That stunk.
Completely ridiculous.
The Jets went for their that different Jets logo, where it said the Jets in kind of that weird 80s.
Not weird 80s.
Logo
thing.
They
were making it look like a jet.
Were they?
I think so, yeah.
I just remember like the lettering was kind of tilted a little, like
if a jet was able to write, that's how it would write Jets.
Yeah? Is that it? And then people said, no, we want the classic,
Yeah.
Yeah. People get hung up on it, so I don't think the Mets logo, you're not going to be able to change that.
By the way, Scott from Hop Hog, I know where the Mets got their colors from. The Brooklyn Dodgers is the blue, and the Giants, is the orange.
Great.
When both teams used to play in New York.
Don't go together
that.
well.
It doesn't, right.
The Metropolitans.
It's a terrible name.
Horrid.
Yes. The Knickerbockers and the Metropolitans.
The Knickerbockers.
Who are your favorite sports clubs?
Yeah.
Well, Ted, whose are yours?
I prefer the Metropolitans and the Knickerbockers.
The Knickerbockers. What the hell is a Knickerbocker? Was that a beer?
I don't know.
The Knickerbockers.
We have the
isn't that underpants?
Huh?
Knickerbockers?
Knickers?
Yeah, knickers.
Dude,
There's jokes there, but I'll let you do them at home.
Dude, we have the worst names for sports franchises in New York.
Yep.
Metropolitans, Jets. I say Jets. Call them Jets. And then the Knickerbockers, which, what was it? Is a Dutch surname and a type of clothing.
Loose-fitting trousers.
Oh, that's wonderful. Name your basketball team after that.
After loose-fitting trousers?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I sell loose. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm doing your
best.
best.
Oh, that's okay. You can like the Knickerbockers as well. I prefer the Metropolitans. But in the American League, I like the Athletics.
The Athletics. That is a dumb one, too.
Athletics.
They're athletic, but it's plural. It's more of an adjective.
Yeah. That's a dumb one, too. You're right. I guess most of them are stupid.
Yeah, are there any other adjectives?
Yeah.
The Rangers, the Yankees, they're all nouns.
Yeah, why would you?
Yes. How about the Fasts?
Supersonics.
Yeah, they're supersonic.
That's all right, though. I mean, the New Jersey Nets. You might as well call them the New Jersey Balls. It's just like, it's the most basic thing you could call a team.
Yeah.
What should we call them? And then they look at the basketball hoop. Well, let's call them the Nets. That's stupid.
That's a terrible name.
What was the second choice?
And I don't like
mints. The New Jersey urinal mints, and they decided on Nets. two choices. It's a very rare hat. It's a hat with like a little puck mint. Get it?
I don't like when another sports team takes the name of a team that's already there in another sport, like the Rangers. Like, what was first, the baseball team or the hockey team?
I would have to say the hockey.
Probably the hockey team.
So, yes.
Then why the hell would the baseball team go, we're the Rangers?
They moved
I know
from
it's
Atlanta,
the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like, because Texas
the
Rangers.
Cardinals, right? St. Louis and Arizona.
Yeah, what the? Come on.
The Giants.
The Giants.
I know. This is one of those dumb sports trivia questions you hear on sports.
Well, we're going to be talking about that all day, Back in the Mad Dog Show.
Sports teams that have the
sports
same
teams,
name.
I don't understand. And it's beyond me why they would pick the same name there, Mike.
How many are there?
Let me take some phone calls. Bell from Brooklyn.
There's like 8 or something. I don't know. Or how about like when a team moves and they have to keep it? So it's like the Utah Jazz when...
Yeah.
Jazz,
oh, yeah. When it has nothing to do with it.
When the Jazz made sense when they were playing in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Or the Lakers. It's not a lake in L.A.
Not at all.
That was because of Minnesota, of course. When they used to be the Minnesota Lakers.
In Minneapolis or Minnesota?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis? I don't
Minneapolis.
remember.
You're right, Jimmy, yeah.
But with the Jazz, yeah, that is
just dumb.
Yeah, it should be like the Utah polygamists.
Oh, yes. The Utah pedophiles.
You brought up the Athletics. I don't know if Stuntbrain knows, but like their original logo was an elephant.
Yeah.
Why?
You know why?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, no.
Do you know?
I don't know.
Because elephants are very athletic for fat creatures.
Why don't you do a little Wikipedia before you come on the air?
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Figured Stuntbrain knew.
Well,
oh, are you taking a shot at Stuntbrain, Travis?
We did learn last night that elephants can swim as far as 2 miles out to sea.
Yeah,
you went?
No way.
Yeah.
Why did I see you last night?
I don't know. I was
talking
way in the
about
back
Ricky
there.
Gervais.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. We're just babbling now. We got Seth Green.
Yes.
Ready to come on our fine
he here
radio
yet?
show. Yeah, he's here, Jimmy. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get Seth on, and then we're going to hopefully get to this audio of an ex-boyfriend breaking into a house to torture a puppy in a revenge attack.
Oh, boy. What did she do?
All coming on the Opie and Anthony Show. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. In studio, Seth Green. And he was just telling us that he went and saw the Batman movie last night.
It's true. I had like a super rock star plane, getting into a car, throwing my bag down, changing my T-shirt, and literally running to the movie. And I made it just when the press line was closing down and nobody cared anymore. And I just walked past through, and I was like, "Hi guys!" And let me get a picture. And I was like, "Gotta go!" And
they didn't care because they're Seth Green. I mean, if we tried to do that whole the press area just shut down and we just walked in, I think we'd be on the sidewalk.
We get chased out a lot.
Yeah.
You guys get chased a lot?
Yeah, we get chased out of places a lot. We're like, yeah, we should be able to go to this thing. We should. No, we can't.
This is what
I just meant I didn't have to take any pictures.
We've been at this for, we've been doing the radio show together, Ant and I, for 14 years. Jimmy's been with us for about 8 at this point. And we've almost made it in showbiz. We're the almost made it guys.
I'm pretty sure everybody
almost
knows you.
made it. Well, like you went to the premiere of Batman. We're going tonight, the day after the premiere of Batman.
It'll be the same movie
before everyone else gets to
It'll
see
be
it.
the same movie. Yeah, they change it all around.
They switch it.
They make
the
it
extra
suck.
shiny version for the premiere.
But the point is, we would have loved to gone to the premiere and see some big stars and stuff. You know,
I didn't see anybody, man.
Oh, really?
I walked into the screening and then I bolted right after.
Yeah.
But you know what we get? We get this. No, that badge doesn't get you here.
Yeah.
You have to go on the front.
That's
I get that at the concerts all the time. Yeah, you can watch the show, but you can't go backstage.
Our best moment ever, we haven't told this in a while, when Anthony and I first started working together, they fly us out to L.A. for the, quote, the Oscars, but it turned out to be, a hacky thing the Comedy Store was doing where we were just talking to, like, literally C-list celebrities. Literally. Who was the biggest get that day? Marsha Brady, I think.
I don't even think that's a real person.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I think she was
Maureen
the big
McCormick.
one.
See, I know the real names.
Or
but-
Barry Williams.
Or Barry
One
Williams.
or the other.
But that was
It was a Brady.
So then, but it was under the guys who were going out there for the Oscars, but now we're at the Comedy Store, and we weren't even good enough to be broadcasted inside the Comedy Store. We were on the sidewalk, whatever. So after the Oscars, we're like, we're going to go to Spago and check out the slurries coming and going.
So that's where everyone went.
That's where they go, yeah.
Right. And then on Monday, we'll have some good stories to tell, right? They have the bleachers set up. And for the people watching, Anthony and I got the bright idea. We'll jump on the back of the bleachers and kind of hang from the top of the bleachers.
Yeah,
we're not
just
really in
kinda
a
look
seat.
over.
On this like piece of wood.
Please tell me you guys collapsed the bleachers.
I wish.
We didn't even get a chance because
No.
they said we weren't allowed to do that. We weren't even allowed to.
Get down from there. Get down from the bleachers. You're not allowed up on the bleachers. Get down, you two. Yes, right there. Down off the bleachers.
So we walked back to
Who are those bleachers for, if not people?
Well, it's for people, but we were behind because you had to have a ticket to just be in the bleachers. So we decided we'll climb up the back, and we're kind of holding on from the back, and we're standing on this wood. We're like, this is cool. We'll check it out.
Still cool, though, because we found a piece of wood that was a little high up that we could stand on.
Yeah.
a piece of wood.
You know, life is consistently a series of emasculating humiliation.
Exactly. We stand
it's
on
how
the
you
wood.
handle them that defines your grace and character.
And I'm not lying about this either. We stand on the wood.
Get off the wood. Step off the wood. You're not allowed on the wood. Get off the wood. Step off. You too, not allowed on the wood. Get off the wood.
Are you talking to us? I mean, us?
What? And then I turn to Opie, I go, did we just get kicked off a piece of wood? That we can't even stand on a piece of goddamn wood.
This was L.A. though, right?
And we're feeling,
they're jerks.
We're feeling good about ourselves because they flew us out to L.A. for quote the Oscars.
Oh,
Next thing you know, we're just walking back to the Hyatt, all bummed out, like
to watch it with the rest of the scummy DJs in the TV room.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the year I think.
That's a heartbreaking story.
That was the year
Letterman. Way to bring up the morning drive.
That was the year Letterman was hosting. So, but before we move on, how was the movie?
The movie's great.
Yeah,
I love Batman. I've been excited to see this movie for 2 years. It's fantastic.
I'm so glad they just redid the whole franchise. I like the cartoony versions they were doing, but now this dark angle is just
Christian Bale
terrific.
I haven't seen anything he's been bad in. That guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's.
I was gonna say like Swing Kids, but that's a lie. He's great in it.
Yeah, that's like one of his first.
Yeah.
Well, no, that one when he was a little kid.
Empire of the Sun.
Empire of the Sun.
What was that bizarre movie you turned me on to? The Machinist?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
that one's
wow.
cool.
Even American Psycho. Like he's
American
just a tremendous
Psycho's
performer.
great.
I love American Psycho.
But this movie's so well crafted.
I'm trying to listen to my new Robert Palmer tape.
Hey, I can't help but notice that you got the bone card.
The bone.
Yeah. Fantastic.
The font is a raised gold colored. He was so upset with that. You like Huey Lewis in the news?
Everyone's talking about Heath Ledger getting an Oscar nomination. I mean, are they just look? Obviously, he's very young that he died. Are they saying that because he's a guy who died? Or
listen, he's a tremendous actor, and everyone knows it. And I think people are grieving and really don't know what to do with that grief. You know, and in lieu of being able to hug Michelle Williams and tell her everything's going to be okay, I think that people need to celebrate him. You know. And it may get a little exaggerated, and it may completely be warranted. But you know, you got to understand that when people lose somebody like that, the culture just doesn't know what to do with it, so they start trying to figure out how to resolve it. You know,
yeah, it makes sense.
Oscars is one thing to suggest.
Is his performance good?
Yeah, he's mind blowing, man. Of course he is. He's a phenomenal actor, and no one would ever have debated that. When everybody heard he was cast in this part, it was so exciting because you couldn't wait to see what he did with it, and he did exactly what you'd hope that he'd do with it.
Is it like because sometimes you get taken aback. It's a little weird at first. Like you're like, oh, it's the guy. He's not alive anymore.
I didn't find that for myself at least, you know. But I'm sure there'll be a lot of that around it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you get over it fast though. Then you get into the movie, but at first, I know when somebody dies during the filming of a movie or something, you kind of like, kind of distracts you a little from the movie.
It could. I mean, I didn't let it distract me, and it'd be cool if people didn't either.
Was he better than Nicholson? Because that's a
how do you compare? I mean, you know, but it's not even following Nicholson. It's the Joker. It's like James Bond. You know, there's millions of people will play him over time, and it's who does it indelibly.
Yeah, he did something completely different with the character.
Why is everybody screaming at me?
Does Batman get the bad guy at the end of the movie?
Well, that's debatable, isn't it?
Speaking of James Bond thing, I loved how they did that too. Like I like how they're reinventing these
Casino
characters.
Royale is fantastic.
Casino Royale, I've watched it probably 5 times on cable and stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
the way they just reinvented everything. He's a true badass in it.
It's just people's tastes have changed, and moviegoers' allowances in their movies have changed. What people are willing to see, what they want to see. That's why movies like Pineapple Express and Superbad get so popular because people's tastes have changed somewhat. So you're making movies to cater to that.
Like, I don't know, you watch some of the old James Bonds and, you know, they got so hokey.
Now, I mean, to us now with a, 2000s perspective, but at the time they were
At the time it was, they were great, you know, you'd watch it and in hindsight you look back and go, ooh.
Which one? Yeah, but that's like trying to compare a Prius to a steam engine car. I mean, you just evolve.
At the time, definitely.
Are you into the Prius?
I have a Prius, yeah.
I have a Prius too. No, Steve. Steve has the Prius.
I drive in Los Angeles, man. You drive everywhere, and gas is almost $5 now, and it's insane. And I'm on the road too much to drive something that
I am of the school of I'd rather do something drastic and not have to sacrifice my comfort.
Well, I have a Mercedes that I drive sometimes on the weekends. So.
Okay.
So I can be an a-hole that way.
I have an Escalade and a Shelby. So, I mean, I am sucking down the gas.
Wow,
Anthony,
if you got the income for it.
Well, you know something? For $100 every time you have to fill up. It's ludicrous now, but I'd rather just attack Venezuela. I was saying this yesterday. Let's just attack Venezuela and live in the creature comforts we're accustomed to.
Let's not at all try and solve this problem. Let's
just movies. Just like a quick fix.
That's like sending off that trash barge. You remember that like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Send the trash barge.
It went on tour. It became like famous. People kind of wanted to see it in their town. They just didn't want to keep it there.
They didn't know what to do with that damn thing. But Anthony doesn't think the Prius looks cool enough, though.
It doesn't. No.
You're going to admit that?
Yeah, of course. Is anyone out there thinking that's a beautiful design? I mean, shouldn't they at least try and get a better body type?
And the car needs to make noises so it doesn't run over people because they're not.
Actually, that's what
they're
makes
not
it
aware
most interesting is that no one hears you coming.
Silent.
Like I'll be in parking garages. You know how people just love to walk directly in front of your car? They really can't hear. So I'm about 4 inches away from them before I give them a little. the little Roadrunner sound that it makes, but it does freak them out because you're inches away from them before they have any idea that you're close.
You know what sucks is like kids growing up now won't know the pleasure of rolling your parents' car out the driveway in neutral and down the block before you have to start it up to steal their car at night. You could just, leave in the Prius and it'll be all quiet.
Yeah, but on a sadder note, kids will never understand the pleasure of sliding a vinyl out of its sleeve for the first time and reading the liner notes on a new record.
Vinyl's making a comeback, though, a little bit.
They keep saying that year after year, and you know something?
Listen,
it isn't.
There's always going to be vinyl purists, but even the DJs have converted to digital.
Yeah, they're all digital now. Every time you just see that lit up little Apple up there, DJ's got.
Yeah, but you can get a million songs.
It's amazing.
Your record
they
crates,
used to go with crates of records, man, crates. And now I was down in Atlantis about a month ago, and they were changing DJs out. Like in 2 seconds, one guy comes. It's like it was like like the cartoon with the wolf and the sheepdog.
Right.
They're just one punches in, one punches out. He grabs his computer. The other guy sets up his Mac, plugs in, and there he is.
And that's it.
They got a couple of turntables with those digital vinyl on it that it's good for whatever program he has in there.
Mix it in. That's a program where you can.
It's amazing.
Mix from table to table.
You can mix from table to table, but it's still on your computer.
There's plenty of things I hate about the brave new world, but as far as the digital music and its like travelability, I absolutely love the future.
You look into each decade and what it brought, and you can't really tell without a little hindsight. Like during the 70s, you didn't know the 70s was going to be the goofy 70s, the disco thing, the whole thing. It's just what it was.
Yeah.
But then not until the 80s did you look back and go, wow, that was kind of silly. And then you walk around in the 80s with the funny hair and the shoulder pads and the Chinese writing on your shirt and zipper pants. And then you look back at that in the 90s and go, that was stupid. And then you got grunge. Well, the thousands, I think, is going to be defined by just leaps and bounds in technology and what we carried around. And
it could be cultural implosion. I mean,
end of an empire, whatever.
We won't
know, though. That's just it. We won't know until, the next 10 years.
That's a big jump, though. Well, I like the fact we have digital music. Well, America's probably going to fall. Be overtaken by Islam.
One or the other.
I wasn't even going to get that specific.
One or the other.
There's earthquakes all over the world.
I'm downloading apps. That's all I know. New apps for my iPhone.
When Seth arrived today, is it true that Steve was making believe he was a ballerina when you walked into the office or something?
Wow, gosh, I wasn't even going to out him like that. But there was something on TV.
He's way
I think it was some kind of new aerobics that has to do with ballet. I don't know.
Here he is. What happened?
You want to get on here and defend yourself?
Well, because everyone ran in and they said there was a weird moment. Seth walked into the office and Steve was going, "I'm a ballerina."
I didn't think it was that weird, but
I'm a ballerina.
It's haunting him.
What did you say, Steve? We didn't.
I said I'm a ballerina,
and I said, "Why don't you get those tights off and do your job?"
Exactly. I'd like to thank Sam for being the instigator that he is.
Not Sam, not our dear sweet Sam.
Because the only person in here with a mouth that big that witnessed the incident was you.
You said it. I didn't lie.
I know I said it. I'm just saying.
Say it.
Why would you say I'm a ballerina?
Because Sam's lovely girlfriend came up to watch the show, and she brought munchkins. And she said, Steve, would you like a munchkin? And I said, no, I'm a ballerina in training. I'm watching my figure.
See, I didn't even get the context.
Yeah.
Oh. So in my imagination, you had both of your hands on your head and were doing a pirouette.
Yeah, I started to do a pirouette, and as I got halfway through a pirouette, I saw Seth Green standing there. I was like, oh, boy.
You want to be feminine so bad.
No, I really don't.
You really do.
You did a pirouette. You're not
little
telling
girly.
Not with that mustache.
What?
Be a little girl.
You just made it look like I threw it like a throwaway. Yeah, I said I was a ballerina, like like you were a dock worker joking around with Sonny Liston in 1960. Why don't you?
I literally was in the middle of this.
What kind of reference?
Of the studio. I think I went. I think I had like one hand on my head, and I went, "I'm a ballerina." And I turned. I got out like that. I got like halfway through. I'm a ballerina, and I saw Seth, and I went, "Oh boy!"
You weren't halfway at all. You were pretty committed.
Yeah, you
was.
Can you redo it like without seriously? Like
yeah. Let's see the whole move.
It's an acting gig. Where's the munchkins? Greedy staff. I want a munchkin.
Don't have a munchkin.
Right.
You're in training.
Wow.
Exactly.
That was
Let's get the full effect.
quickest.
Here we go.
Okay, so somebody asked me if I'd like a munchkin.
Would you like
Would you like a munchkin?
No, thank you. I'm watching my figure. I'm a ballerina.
Yeah, he wants to be a girl.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a certain like joyful elation on your face.
And there you ooze femininity, even though you're like a big guy.
There's a contented satisfaction.
Look, we'll
comfort.
We'll prove the difference. Kenny, can you do the same line?
Oh, God.
Just for look, like Steve looked very, very feminine as he was doing.
I just noticed you guys have a stripper pole in the corner.
Yeah, we're not allowed to use it. They gave it to us and then said, by the way, you can't have girls in the studio.
Douchey radio.
Well, not girls, but maybe.
No, we have guys do it.
We've done that.
We have done that.
If for some reason it's fine to have naked guys in the studio.
Yeah.
Who's running this joint?
All right, go ahead. Someone asked Kenny if he would like a munchkin.
Kenny, do you want some munchkins?
No, thank you. I'm a ballerina.
You big monster.
See the difference?
Yes, Kenny looks stupid but wants to be pretty.
He's goddamn Herman Munster.
I'll tell you, because Kenny got up. I watched Kenny's feet. He got up on the balls of his feet because he wanted to seem sweet.
Yeah, I know how to be a ballerina.
Yeah.
I was on my tippy toes.
Yeah. All right. Hey,
Unbelievable.
Seth, we had your old pal in studio a couple weeks ago, Mike Myers.
Oh, how was he?
Great. We had a great time with him, and
he's so funny.
It was brought up that our pal Colin Quinn was supposed to be.
Well, let me start right off with saying I love Colin Quinn and have loved him for a long time.
Please beat him up.
I'm just saying I watched him do stand up. I watched him on Short Attention Span back when it was on, and Colin. I like Colin, but I'm glad I got that part.
Yeah. What happened with Colin and
it was about because Colin wanted to work on.
Colin does our show a lot. So
well, I think but they weren't sure what they were going to do with that character, whether they wanted to be an adult, whether they wanted to look like a teenager, what was going to sell that joke better. And when I came in to read for it, everybody in town had read for it, and the only advantage I had was that I hadn't been available when they were doing the general casting, so that makes you seem really desirable. They're like, well, we've seen everyone except this Seth Green character. They're like, why can't I see him? Well, he's working, right? Working on what? Let's pay him out of that job and get him on that. Like, the competitiveness of it really takes over, so funny. That worked to my advantage.
Colin will deny this, but he is a self-hating idiot.
Wait a minute, a stand-up comic with a self-loathing streak? That doesn't even make sense.
A very rare quality. Normally very healthy, emotional people have no vices. But he, Colin, he said he was doing his own thing, and he didn't, want to do the project. He's probably asleep now.
Colin had one of my favorite. The news on SNL has changed hands so many times, and when Colin took over, his opening speech was so funny. He goes, I know I'm not as good as Dennis Miller. I know I'm not the guy everybody's excited about seeing. Sometimes you walk into a bar and the bartender who's been serving you drinks for 35 years isn't there anymore. I'm your new bartender.
Oh, that's a really good.
It was great. I'm going to serve the same drinks, but, it's a different guy.
He does
Colin's lips.
That's hysterical.
I actually like
it. But it was it was the smoothest transition. It was a great way of saying, look, this is what happened, but I'm this guy.
You're not going to leave the bar. You're still going to sit down and have a drink.
You still like drinking. I'm still going to give you the drink, so.
That's perfect. Oh, damn.
You could be the Colin that I want you to be. You could be the positive, friendly, encouraging Colin.
Good to see you. Hey, I really like that Black Sabbath shirt.
Not the miserable Colin we know.
He's awful.
And every time we talk about him, he comes running in here because he lives very close.
He gets all mad.
Nice. I haven't seen him in a
I ate lunch with him
in his
almost
pajamas.
every day last week.
Yeah?
I've been seeing him almost every day.
Is he doing all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He's
good.
Working on a project right now. He's doing good.
We should take a break. We got
Crocodile Dundee 4.
Yeah, I know Norton.
we got Seth Green. When we get back, we'll talk about Robot Chicken. The Star Wars thing got a nice little buzz on it.
Let's do it.
You got season 2 of Robot Chicken. I've been checking that out. Love it. I'm a huge fan of Robot Chicken.
I was waiting for the opinion. Thank you.
Huge fan. And then you got SethGreenOnline.com. So we'll continue with Opie and Anthony. We're hanging with Seth Green today on the Opie and Anthony Show. Got a bunch of things going on. I'm going through Robot Chicken Season 2 on DVD. Season 3 maybe by the end of the year.
I think so. But the Star Wars DVD is coming out July 22nd, and that's the thing that everybody can pick up right now.
I just got a copy yesterday, and I should have watched it before you came in.
Well, it's
because that's why they give it to us early, so we're well prepared when Seth Green actually comes on the program. But
so you can tell me to my face how you liked it or didn't like it.
No, it's getting great reviews, right?
Well, good. Yeah.
People are, I don't know if it's reviews, but the buzz is really good.
We did really well. People were very responsive when we first put it out, which is exciting because it's exciting that we get to make this show, but that we get to make Star Wars is even crazier.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that people are into it too because it was kind of a wonderful personal experience.
Yeah.
It's nice that people are sharing it with me, if that makes any sense.
Now, what did you do with this Star Wars thing?
It was it's a half hour of our show, but dedicated exclusively to Star Wars. So typically we do sketches, about pop culture, current events, that type of thing. And this is all about Star Wars. So just pointing out inherent silliness or ironies.
Yeah, everybody's got a few Star Wars things in their resume.
We basically just filmed all the geek conversations we've been having for the last 25 years.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
Pretty much.
We've been actually kind of hooked a little on.
Not we. Not we. I know where you're going with this.
It's me, Travis, Danny. What else is involved in this? Sam. Kind of hooked on Sam. Back to the Future.
Oh gosh! Only recently?
We're just no. Believe me.
Wait a minute.
Many years.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
See?
That's one of the greatest movies ever.
I know, and we watch it all the time.
You can even go into the sequels. The second one's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The third one's really cool, too. It's just at the time, no one was ready for an Old West versus Back to the Future.
It was a little weird, the Old West
weird,
thing.
But if you watch it now, it's still awesome.
We goof on it a lot. The parts that you goof on.
Nike's making those sneakers.
I know. That brought the whole thing up. The Nike McFly.
Trust me, we know.
The McFly 2015.
Don't you remember when Zemeckis was talking about the technology for the hoverboard and how parent groups wouldn't allow it out, but he'd gotten his hands on it for the movie?
Yeah.
And how they built, all these lies that he told trying to preserve the special effects of that thing. Saying that the DeLorean had been fit with a helicopter blade underneath it so that it would hover in the alleyway. No way they were lowering it on piano wire. No.
Trying to keep the myth going.
It was awesome.
There it is. The other is McFly 2015.
Yeah.
Which coming up on 2015 won't be all that far away. I think they have a lot of things that they have to invent.
They don't look all that outrageous now. Do they self-tighten?
I know they have to self-tighten, and then you need the self-drying jacket too that goes with it.
You ever try and wear a rubber jacket?
It's cool in the future.
Why is Danny being shy? Usually when this Back to the Future thing happens, then they all fight for mic time to try to get their...
I was just enjoying it.
I don't enjoy how the hoverboard won't go over water. Will it under any circumstances, or
unless you got power? Hey, did you guys know that they were originally going to call the hoverboard the Mad Dog as a foreshadow to
Mad Dog Tannen? Yes,
and they changed it to the Pitbull at the last
time. Buford Mad Dog Tannen?
Of course, Buford Mad Dog Tannen. He's the great grandfather of Biff Tannen. Who in that alternate dimension or alternate timeline? Wow, was he something? The hotel, the casino.
Oh, yeah. He interns for this radio program under the name Green Pie Jones.
Now, Biff, don't con me.
Look at Jimmy's face.
I actually watched part 2 recently.
Yeah, just so you can be part of this.
No,
don't be part of this geeky thing they do.
I couldn't sleep because of my sinuses, so I was watching it, and it was actually very believable the way he was in the back seat and talking on a walkie-talkie, and Biff didn't hear him. And I'm like, that's what I liked about this movie.
Yeah, he was a little loud.
Yeah,
in the back seat.
Doc, and Biff hears nothing.
You know, I love that you're questioning the reality of a movie where Doc Brown buys plutonium from Libyans in a VW van.
My favorite thing with the whole series, all the movies and everything, though, is the fact that when Marty gets back home after the whole thing, and everyone's a little different,
right?
And Biff is waxing the car, and the parents come in, and they're cool with the fact that Biff tried to rape.
Yeah,
tried to rape Marty's mom.
Sure,
in the car.
They were kids,
and he's like, well, we wouldn't have met if it wasn't for Biff. Yeah, Biff trying to rape you, and then getting punched in the face.
Nobody ever really worries about that. It's the discretions of teenagers, And
only back then could a comedy have the word or the line. What was that one?
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you spook.
Oh, I don't. Well, you said it, not me.
Well, it's part of the movie. It's a goddamn Michael J. Fox movie.
Yeah, it's actually, that's right.
Really, way to bring the room down.
Yeah, no kidding. You know why? Because the censors, they bleep us out when we say certain things.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. I know, I'm just quoting a movie. But, they wouldn't have that in a movie now.
Exactly.
As a joke.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You quote movies all the time. Whenever the mics go off, you're quoting Roots.
Well, do you know...
only the first part.
That Disney was approached with the script and turned it down because the material was too racy.
A little racy?
A Disney film.
Really?
So, yeah, mother falling in love with her son. Ooh.
That incestuous scene where they're kissing in the car?
Yeah, it's very risque for Disney.
That was before they bought Miramax.
Yeah, that's a real interesting fact there.
Isn't it?
Yeah, terrific.
I thought so.
We just can't get enough of Back to the Future.
Yes, we can.
Can I go to Back to the Future and play something, please?
If you want to be cool, you could call it BTTF.
That's true, yeah.
I guess I'm not cool like you.
Oh, I like that. It's like an abbreviation. It's saying
it actually is exactly an abbreviation.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's like an abbreviation. You're right.
Let me go Back to the Future and play a little something.
What's better than hitting the mall?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
So I did this commercial when I was like 14
why are you talking
15.
over it?
Well, because it's been on YouTube for 3 years now.
I know, but
3 years, yeah.
We haven't been able to play it in front of you, though. Back in 1992.
Has it been that long since I've seen you guys?
Back in 1992, you did a fine little commercial for the Nerf football.
Well, the sad reality of acting all your life.
Wow, he doesn't want us to play this.
You can play it all you want. I just desperately want to promote the Robot Chicken Star Wars DVD, which is going to be available in stores July 22nd.
Yeah. Hey,
look. But aside from that, you can talk about Nerf all you want.
You are?
Because it's Nerf or nothing.
Is that the catchphrase?
That is the catchphrase.
Cool.
This is really embarrassing because this commercial never aired. Because when you get right down to it, it's two kids shooting strangers in a mall with a slingshot, just attacking girls and mimes and public servants. And I think the client, when they saw it, they were like, well, we really don't want to encourage kids to go
to do that,
shoot strangers. So they reshot the entire thing without me,
and then
in a backyard in Torrance.
And then they buried this thing. And then how did it see the light of day?
I have no idea. People have copies of
everything.
Stuff that was still up on the internet.
Well, on YouTube.
That's why you can't make a sex tape or do anything embarrassing unless you're okay with the world seeing it. And in most cases, when people make sex tapes, they really are just waiting for the world to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. What's fun about this is we go and play our old tapes from time to time on our show.
Oh, do you?
It's horrid.
And we sweat and we get really uncomfortable.
We can't get through it.
It's so awkward.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my entire life's work on the internet, so at this point, every embarrassing hairstyle or clothing choice I've made is available for people.
Yeah, but your average is way up there, my friend. Can we play this, or you don't want it?
I don't. Yeah, play it all you want.
Play it all you want.
and buy the Robot Chicken
all you
Star
want.
Wars DVD.
That means that's different. It's like, you play it all you want.
I don't care. Who, me care?
Yeah, that's right up there with Go Ahead.
Play it all you want.
It is pretty. That hairdo is pretty.
That is something. You were sporting like the.
You're rocking, man.
What that is?
That's rocking for '92, though.
It was the Jason Newsted.
Oh, okay,
yes. Robot Chicken Star Wars on DVD.
It's true. July 22nd.
Let's see if we can get through this without him talking.
What's better than hitting the mall? Hitting it with a Nerf slingshot. Allow us to demonstrate proper usage whilst you frolic. Locate.
Let's shoot these young girls on the escalator.
Consequently, we can hit on them. Long distance! You gotta love it. Like we love mines? Definitely. Not.
A nacho.
Let's shoot this stranger into the public fountain.
Yeah, this is a little violent. This
that's
commercial.
why. This is why I think it never aired.
Oh my god!
But the best thing is that I had a long conversation with the client who really thought that kind of New York accent thing was what they wanted. They kept telling me, "Yeah, you're Joe Bag of Donuts. Hey, hey,
oh god,
that's you. Oh, you're not for nothing. Oh, Joe Bag of Donuts." And I was like, I'm gonna do this, but I think it's stupid. And then. Now it's haunting me. Because none of the clients are on the internet.
The best part of that commercial is the ball is going towards the girl's face. It's like they don't even shoot her in the chest or
right in the
stomach.
face.
No, right in the middle face. Of the face. That's nice.
It's great.
Yeah.
And then I like your take on the whole "Leave Britney Alone" that was all over you too.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even believe that had such a life. I went and did that for the Soup.
Yep.
You know that show, The Soup?
We had Joel McHale in yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh, Joel's awesome.
Great,
so I went and did that bit, and then I went viral. And next thing you know, everybody's telling me they like Britney Spears, and I didn't even know it had happened.
Really?
I just did this bit for The Soup, and then like a day later, it's all over the internet.
Yeah, it's very funny.
So it goes.
Let's go to Tom in New York. Tom, we're hanging with Seth Green today.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Nothing. I had a question about like if you had the option to go back and play James St. James again, would you still do that with all your success now?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was really attracted to that role just because I related to that time, and I kind of thought that was an important story to tell, like a really dark cautionary tale. And I thought James is a pretty exceptionally talented writer, and I was excited to get the opportunity to tell that story. So
yeah, that's awesome. And because it was a hard part to play. You and Macaulay Culkin and what it entailed.
Yeah, it was a brutal job, man. I'm glad you saw it. Thank you.
Yeah, you did a great job, man. Keep up the good work, bro.
Thank you very much. One of my favorite things.
Party monster.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
I have a question for Seth. Have you heard anything about Buffy the Vampire Slayer being made into a movie?
I just did this thing at the Museum of Television Radio, and a bunch of the cast was there, Sarah and Joss Whedon and Nick and Charisma and everybody. And somebody mentioned the idea of a movie, and we all offhandedly said that if there was something worth doing, Joss included, that we'd do it. But I haven't heard anything.
That's pretty interesting. Has that been done before? A movie that was made into a series? Made into a movie?
The closest thing is probably The Producers, like the movie that was made into a musical, made into a movie
about of the musical.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
Oh, Buffy was a movie first? I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah, there's a movie with Christy Swanson and Luke Perry. Donald Sutherland's in it, as a matter of fact.
Oh, how great was he?
You want to know the funniest secret? I'm in that movie, too.
No way.
Well, technically, I'm cut out, but I'm on the back of the video box, if you ever look at it.
Really?
Yeah.
They just sell video.
Hey, we got to put someone on the spot. Yes, Jess, you're coming in and asking a question. This is Sam's girlfriend. She never comes to work with Sam, ever, ever, ever. But today she did because she's a huge fan of Seth Green.
Oh, I signed a DVD for him.
Why don't you sit down over there?
Okay.
Just sit over there. You're a star.
Don't worry. You don't have to hover over her. She'll be fine without you for a second.
Now, you've never been in studio with us before.
Never.
First time for everything.
Yep, I've been on the phone, but never in studio.
Right. And
how long you and Sam been together?
Actually, it's 3 years tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations. Way to hold on.
Wow.
Thank you.
They might be getting engaged soon.
Well, I heard that he's looking at rings, right?
Yeah.
That's always the way you want to hear it, too. On the radio.
Right. So you're a huge Seth Green fan?
Yeah, I am. I've been a fan since forever.
Oh, thanks.
Can't Hardly Wait is my favorite movie.
Oh, we just did a commentary for that because it's like 10 years now.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Sam, for our anniversary. I could take that.
Merry Christmas.
Well, I Gotta Be Stupid. Can't Hardly Wait. What was that about?
It was kind of the resurgence of like teen comedy movies. There was a point in time where they weren't making any movies like this, and this was a throwback to John Husey style movies.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the best. Got to have sex tonight.
It sounds like you're in luck, Sam.
So do you have a question for Seth Green? Robot Chicken Star Wars out on DVD?
I know. I'm very excited for that. Well, I actually want to know, where were you born?
In Philadelphia.
Oh, really? But you were in the media and everything since day one. How did that happen?
Well, not technically day one. I've actually been pretty fortunate to avoid the media for the most part. I find that tabloid media doesn't really care about comedians. You look at like Sacha Cohen or Ben Stiller, any of those guys, they don't really care. And since I don't have sex with anybody famous visibly, no one bothers me. It's great.
I mean, that works definitely. But as far as movies, how old were you when you got started?
I did my first acting job, like professional acting job, when I was 7, and I did my first feature when I was 8.
Were you independly motivated, or was it something? Oh, that's very cool.
I was lucky enough to have direction when I was very young.
God, I'm sitting
back.
Just
gonna chase that.
I'm just going to sit back and not work. I like this.
Not the funniest of interviews.
My favorite part so far is the way Jess said, so you were in the media spotlight since day one, and Seth said, no, I really haven't been much. And she went, okay, good. And then just continued.
Day one.
She already has follow-up questions and everything.
I know.
We usually are like, hamana.
Yeah, I just wanted to
It's almost like this is what prep sounds like.
I know.
Like, I don't know what prep
makes
sounds like.
Us.
You surprised Jess to come in here and like talk to one of her favorite celebrities, and she can speak like a human being.
I know.
But anytime any wrestler comes in here and you're like, Sam, ask him questions, I just collapse.
Look at Sam's first self-deprecating piece of humor right there, only because it was in defense of his girl.
Yeah.
You are
well played, Sam.
Whipped. You are
What are you
so
talking
whipped.
about?
What do you think of the hair?
I'm so ready for him to shave it.
It's got to go.
I was hoping that I could maybe shave it.
Really?
Yep. I'm thinking about
Sam, all I can tell you is that it is a valuable thing to shave your head at least once in your life. I recommend several times myself.
This hair is the mane of a champion from Afro Wars.
Then I recommend you cut it into a glorious mohawk.
Thank you.
That would actually be very cool. Afro
Just
Wars
put
is
it out
over.
there.
Hey, Jess, any other questions for Seth? You know, you got Robot Chicken Season 4. They're about to start that,
July
right?
22, right?
Well, that's when the Star Wars DVD comes out.
Oh, okay.
But somewhere in the midst of this interview, we have good facts.
Yeah. Somewhere.
They just might not all be connected to each other.
You got a Robot Chicken question for him?
No, not that I can think of. I mean, I'm impressed with how dynamic his career's been, that, he produces as well as acts. And I just want to
stay
say
busy.
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I thank you.
Thank you for letting me come in.
She's so gracious.
She's falling apart.
Yes. Now she's falling apart.
Yeah, we got to just let her sit there for 2 more minutes. It's going to get ugly.
I want to see her completely degenerate into a puddle.
Yeah.
Am I all red now?
You're
getting a little.
You're going to start doing the Chris Farley interview really soon.
That was awesome.
Oh my gosh, when you were wearing that blue shirt and you had the headset on, that was so cool.
There's nothing worse than when it's going really well and all of a sudden you just run out of steam. Oh, that's the worst. Like,
Are you implying that's what happened?
Well, that's
No,
what
I'm
happened to
saying-
us. That's why we invited Jess in.
Yes. It's happened to me every time I've talked to somebody who I admire. I start off gangbusters.
Who's on that list?
Anybody in Black Sabbath, Ozzy, a lot of actors.
There is one
wearing a Black Sabbath shirt. Which
it's all about.
He's
Ozzy
the
Black
biggest
Sabbath.
Ozzy Black Sabbath fan, and
Has
he
Ozzy
did
been
an
through
interview.
here? Are the Osbournes going to come through here for the new show?
Hopefully, yeah. We just
had her on the phone. Yeah.
I think. Oh, you mean for the variety show?
Yeah,
I'd love
The
to.
variety show, yeah.
I'd pay my own airfare to perform on that.
There's an interview, though, that Jimmy did with Black Sabbath, and who were you talking to about the dress?
That wasn't. It was Zach. Zach Wild. From
all right, it was Zach Wild. And
do we have that clip? Why would he rock? Sorry, rock.
He
well, not really.
asks a question that is just a rambling, babbling mess of a question. And we find it very funny.
We're going to find
It's very endearing. It's nice because it's Jimmy being honestly taken, sitting there in front of one of his childhood heroes.
No, Zach wasn't. Zach I like a lot. Sabbath, I was so blown away because I got to interview them one-on-one. I was so horrified that I was actually good. Like, it was almost like I was beyond being terrified.
Yeah.
You were much better than I was.
Well, sometimes you just shock yourself into an abject reality. Like, I've met people that I'm so impressed by, and the burden's on me to act normal, so you actually have some kind of valuable interaction with them. It is, but sometimes in that that moment, you're so freaked out that you wind up being crazy normal.
Who blew you away? Like, who did you want to meet that you met that was like?
I bumped into Denzel Washington like by accident. We were both at Show West in Vegas, coming out of like interview booths, and I literally bumped right into him and had a moment where I was like, "Oh, hey, Seth, nice to meet you." Shook his hand. I was like, "Your movie looks really good. I'm excited to see it." That kind of thing. How do you deal with this kind of press? It seems like a weird sensation. This, that, and the other thing. And barely had 3 lines into it, and then Burt Reynolds, who was in the movie that I had done, grabbed and goes, "Denzel," and just like pushes him into a corner and just corners him and starts having a conversation with him. And I totally let that happen. And the thing about Burt, no one denies him. Burt pushes you into a corner to have a conversation. You are in that corner having a conversation.
Did Denzel know you, right? He knew you were.
He didn't give any indication to know.
Oh, no. Come on.
But did he treat you like a fanboy, or did he like talk
No, he
to you
was
like...
nice. He's a classy gentleman.
He's got to know who you are.
I'm sure. I don't know. I never put it past anybody.
You should have mentioned X. You should have said you certainly should have gotten the best actor for X. Why'd they give that to Pacino? It would have won him right over. Would have hugged you for that.
Sounds like pandering.
No, it's true.
We got the Jimmy thing asking about the dress.
Just silly.
Let's hear it.
You did something in a dress. I don't. It was fucking. It was in Philadelphia.
Oh God. Okay. Perhaps that was played on the other side of reality.
Clip.
Play that some other time.
There's the F word.
Make sure that we can play this.
That's funny. I love when we do that. It's so funny because obviously we do a show from 9 to 11 on XM satellite radio exclusively.
Where you don't have to beat it down.
Yeah, and there's no, we can say whatever you want. So whenever something comes to mind, we forget whether it was done here or over there. And sometimes, like Cold, just like that, we pop it in a play, and it's just like, okay. I forgot about that little thing called the FCC.
We can always play the banana clip that happened last week with Gene Simmons. Where you offered him your banana.
We had Gene Simmons on the show, and that was an adventure. Have you guys had him in here?
Yeah, he's an ass.
Well,
he's just an ass.
I'll tell you what, he brought his son with him, his son Nick, who is hilariously cool. That kid came in and he came to do a couple bits on the show too. The kid's a really good actor, first of all.
Yeah.
Sharp as hell, took direction. But Gene, because I've met him a couple times before, and he had no recollection of any of those times. But when his kid came in, his kid was just busting his balls relentlessly. And to see a father-son dynamic between Gene Simmons and his son is hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was busting Gene's balls?
Like crazy. Because Gene's in the booth, and every single time he does something, Nick would just click over and he's like, "That was great, Dad."
Gene was hungry and wanted Jimmy's banana. It's really quick.
How was it? I gotta because roasting Gene was you think.
Can I take a bite?
Sure, you can have the whole thing. I'll actually share it with you if you want.
The banana.
He saw a moment there where he could share a piece of fruit with Gene Simmons.
How do you not? Just a
Who would want to, though?
Yeah, why?
You go, "I'll share it with you if you want."
You know what it is? It's the fact that he offered him the whole banana first, and then had this quick second thought like, "No, wait, I could share it with him."
And that'll be a moment
And then
for
I'll
me.
say that I shared it
Maybe
with
both
him.
our mouths touch it at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do a little...
I'm just putting that out there.
Do a little double dong banana action while you eat it? What are you doing?
I've done nothing but humiliate myself in front of KISS members. I've just humiliated myself in front of them.
Roland has a question for Seth, I hear.
Roland?
Roland's kidding.
Are you setting him up, E-Rock? And Jess, you got to have one final question for Seth Green. Maybe a little Family Guy question or something. We haven't even talked about Chris here.
Did you get a picture at least?
No, I'd love a picture.
We better get it
Thanks,
quick.
Jess.
I have got to go.
Here's Roland. Roland?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, Roland. Do you have a question for Seth Green?
I don't think so.
No, you do. You told me it.
Go ahead.
No, I just saw in the...
No, I will not make out with you, Roland.
Aww.
All right,
the new Star Wars, the Robot Chicken DVD, the commentary.
Yes, way to bring it back to subject. Thank you.
July 22nd.
The special
It will
features,
be
which are
available.
really cool, 2 hours of extra. He talks about he got Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise together, first time in 15 years.
That's on the first season of Robot Chicken. Yeah, in the special features, I did a movie with Burt Reynolds and befriended him and fell desperately in love with him, as most people do when they're in his presence, and got invited to dinner at his house that Dom had cooked. That's a call you like to get. He's like, "Hey, Seth, it's Burt. I just wanted to let you know Dom's cooking tonight. It'd be great if you came by." And I was like, "I will be there, dude. I'm totally coming."
Yeah.
And so I sweet-talked him into coming and doing the show. And they did like a Cannonball Run bit in the first season, which is on our DVD.
What's your favorite Burt Reynolds moment on film?
In his films or in our film?
No, his films.
Oh, man. anytime he smiles on camera, it's just glorious.
Sorry,
Roland's very ticklish.
What
That's a
happened
real
over
laugh.
there?
He's very ticklish.
Roland being tickled.
Aw.
He laughs like a
It's so-
little boy.
It's so sweet.
Watch,
though.
watch. He's not faking that. It's the most bizarre. You might want to put that on Robot Chicken because it's just bizarre, man. He just loses it. You all right?
Do you realize you just did what everyone does to us?
So funny.
What?
Nah, you don't put this on your show.
He'll be putting us in Robot Chicken.
Yeah, before you know it, he'll be talking about. Don't tell him anything.
I've got
It'll
a
go on his
sketch
radio show.
all about the boys on the radio.
You love when people do that.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, don't talk in front of him. It'll end up on his show.
Well, people pitch me sketches all the time.
Really?
Yeah, and people don't understand. But it's very interesting because you get to see exactly what people think the show is versus what it actually is.
Oh, wow, that
There was
is
like,
good,
here's
yeah.
the scene. Batman is really giving it the strawberry shortcake. Okay? And she's like, oh, my berries. And he says, I am the knight. And you're just like, there is no legal defensible parody in that joke whatsoever. Not to mention the fact that it is unbelievably unfunny. And I have to shatter people's dreams all the time by telling them their sketch can't
How do
be
you
on the
let them
show.
off
That's
the hook?
funny.
Do you let them
I
off the
usually explain exactly how we write the show and how different our process is from what people think it is, and the jokes that people come up with, how arbitrary the combinations of elements are, and just how diligently we work to make things actually make sense so that we don't get sued. That's the key.
Yeah.
Jess, anything else? Family Guy?
I knew you were going to ask me. Aside from Robot Chicken, do you have any movies or anything coming up that... Because I want to see
I actually
movies.
made 2 movies this year, one of which won't be out until next year. One that's coming out in October, I think, this movie called
For my
Sex
birthday.
Drive with Clark Duke and James Marsden, where I play an Amish kid. Cool. And next year, April, I think they're putting it out. This movie I did with John Travolta and Rob Williams called Old Dogs.
Very cool.
Big old family comedy for you and your kids.
Look at that.
That sounds very good. Well, I'll be there.
I hope so.
Why does it take so long for the movies to come out?
Well,
after
this
you
actually,
film them?
this had
I
to
don't
do
get
with
that.
the writer's strike and the way that Disney organized the release slate, kind of in anticipation of a work stoppage. They pushed a couple of movies, and that way they had at least a staggered slate in case they couldn't make any other films.
Sure.
And then we reshot the whole ending. So.
That'll do it.
We're gonna end with this. Sorry, Jimmy.
What is it?
Jimmy asking
Let's hear
Zach
it.
Wilde.
Oh, good. They bleeped
about
the
dress.
F-bomb.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Buy Robot Chicken Star Wars DVD.
July 22nd. I got my copy. Should have saw it before Seth came in. And then we wouldn't have needed Jess to come in and ask some questions. Let's be
That was
honest.
actually really nice.
Let's be honest.
I like the idea of a fan asking questions like that who's not used to it because it's like a thrill. It's like you take for granted meeting people.
Well, let's really get into this. Would you blow off Sam for Seth Green?
Absolutely.
Like, it would be real easy, right?
Absolutely.
It wouldn't even be a problem.
I said to Sam...
That's awkward because I'm not looking for a relationship.
you wouldn't even think twice, right?
Not at all.
Sam would be so gone.
Oh,
He's a good guy.
Sam.
You
Sam,
just become
don't take that
roommates
shit.
at that point.
I mean, that's stuff.
But
yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
you would just leave your stuff in the apartment,
we
right?
live together, I guess. 'cause
Yeah,
we
but
have
you would
to
just
share rent.
you'd be like, I don't need that
friends.
anymore.
Yeah.
Did you have a crush on Seth at any point? He's a very handsome dude.
I still do have a crush on Seth. I
You
love
guys
him.
are so silly. And thank you.
You watch Buffy a lot?
Oh,
or-
yeah. Me and my dad, we watch Buffy all the time.
Wow.
All right.
Sam.
All right, well,
Sam's a little red cheeked. He's a little embarrassed.
Yeah,
but Sam would understand, right?
Dude, you
would
can't
have
hold
to
a
understand
candle.
that one.
You're holding a camera for this dumb show.
Yeah.
And he's Seth. What are you
Well,
going to do?
but who's the girl on your list? I mean, who's the girl that would walk you out?
Oh,
that door?
John Cena.
He has a big crush.
John Cena.
He's got a big crush on who?
Kristen Bell.
Oh, she's
You
dating
had
my
her
buddy.
in the little blonde girl.
Oh, really?
She's
very
on the
cute.
Hero.
That,
She's on
that and
Veronica Mars.
Beyonce.
that face for me.
All right.
She's all right.
Beyonce?
No, Kristen Bell is like nerd delight, though.
For a second,
Yeah.
I thought you
She's
said
so
Christian
cute.
Bale.
Christian Bale. No, that's my crush.
Right.
So that doesn't offend you at all? A little bit to hurt your feelings? A
Now,
little?
Sam, you got to understand. that.
I mean, I understand. It'd be
Yeah.
better if he wasn't, like, for instance, in the room.
It's awkward. It's awkward with us in the room.
See, because when girls usually, 99.9% of the American public, if the guy asks the girl that question or vice versa, they give an answer. They're never going to see the person.
Well, what's the dumb conversation? It's always something.
It's always, all right, what's your freebie or your gimme?
My husband gave me one.
Well, mine is Brad Pitt. I gotta tell you, knowing that she's never gonna get near him. But now,
I always like to pick somebody reasonably attainable.
Just somebody kind of.
That's the bit. Well, I'm picking the secretary I work with.
You know who's on my list? Yeah. The new intern.
Right. Yeah, you can have Brad Pitt all you want. My one and only is the intern that started working with
I picked the Channel 11 traffic girl.
Wow.
I made it easy.
Crazy, yo.
Wait, that's not the real time, is it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
You got to go? Where
I'm supposed to go meet somebody for another interview.
For a drink.
Yeah, drink it.
Where are you going next?
In the morning. It's only a couple blocks away, but I got to get to AP. To an AP interview.
I almost said Associated Press to explain what AP is.
Shut up.
I suck. By the way, Sam, your girlfriend wants to sleep with Seth.
Yeah.
It's the Haps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in the room. It's usually okay.
Listen, if you guys are free after 11 and you still got that camera.
Just a cuckold with a camera.
Yeah. Like,
No, we'll set it up on a tripod, Sam. We're getting the action. Don't worry.
Oh, damn.
I guess the haps would be, in hindsight, maybe this should have been one of those interviews that I told Jess about, like,
After
this
the fact.
afternoon.
Right.
Yeah.
And she'd have gone, oh, you
I'll
should
take you
have
to the
told
website
me.
to watch the video.
Jim, I don't think we have time to play the
no,
Jess
I know.
thing.
Why do you think I kept talking?
Yeah. You're very lucky.
Will you guys burn it to MP3 for me? I'll put it in my iPhone.
Yes, please.
Here it is.
So the
You might want it for your show.
yeah,
I'll put it on the program.
Don't put me in the cartoon. NORT.
All right, Lucy McGillicuddy.
I really do.
All right, we got to thank
It was
Seth
kind
Green.
of a character I was
It
doing.
was.
It really was.
We got to thank Seth. We're so late. We got to get out of here. Robot Chicken Star Wars on DVD July 22nd in DVD stores. In
Always a
DVD
pleasant guy.
stores.
I think it's on internet. Too.
Yeah,
You can probably buy it
Amazon.com.
You get on iTunes?
Probably.
What else?
Sounds reasonable.
Robot Chicken, of course, in general. And Family Guy. And SethGreenOnline.com.
Always good to see you guys.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. All right, take it easy.
Thanks, boys.
Yes.
Later, we're out of here.
Scram.
I'm Splitsville, Jerry.
There goes Seth Green. We got to head over to XM. Jess, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
XM 202.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. We got lots to do. Want to thank someone for turning us on to vagpoop.com.
What is that?
Well, that was a URL.
Vag poop.
That Danny was hoping to make something out of.
No, it's just I remember I had there was some production piece, and Jim was involved in something about shitting in a girl's vagina, and I made the phone number for it was 1-800-VAG-POOP, and I guess someone registered their URL.
Damn them! Did they give us credit for those pictures, or are they just up there, motherfuckers?
There,
we
go back
found
to the main page.
We found. Now,
Yeah, it says O&A TNA Buffalo.
This has taken on a life of its own as far as Opie and Anthony in the Opie and Anthony community goes. The O&A with the TNA with O&A pictures.
Yeah.
Now you got to remember when we did this back in the day in Buffalo on that beach outside Buffalo. We had hundreds and hundreds of listeners with cameras. We had thousands of people there. We had easily 2,000 people at this event, easily, and hundreds of cameras on location. So every once in a while, we get new angles and new pictures that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And vagpoop.com has pictures from TNA with O&A, sorry. And we were going through them, and just amazing. You got to remember, this was a family beach. It was supposed to be a cute little game of volleyball with strippers. They weren't supposed to even take their tops off.
No.
They were all coked out. And before you know it, they were completely naked,
Drunk.
having an all-out orgy in the sand. Look at these pictures. I don't even see a volleyball.
No.
Or net.
Or net, nothing. Just sand and nude chicks. And they are...
Just go one
This
after
isn't
another.
some cutesy little they're spanking each other stuff either.
No.
This is they are completely nude.
Yeah.
Licking each other's boxes.
Yeah.
69ing.
What is that?
You'll notice in this picture, the
picture
one in the
3?
white string bikini has a green dildo that she's about to administer.
Oh, right. She's going to stick it up that chick's ass.
They brought their own toys.
There's one of my favorite pictures is the one with
coming
the
up.
girl with the finger up the other girl's ass.
Yeah.
It's marvelous.
I think we just might have done a
why
bad
did
thing.
we give out the URL before we
Yeah,
looked
now,
at the goodness
now it's going to be hard to load.
Motherfuckers.
This show's popular.
You assholes, let us go through the pictures.
They're like, fuck you, I'm going through
All right,
them.
this is what we're going to do. Everyone right now, sign off.
Okay, go ahead.
Magic.com.
Yeah, don't leave the site. Go ahead.
All right,
We'll
let's
wait
see
a
if that
couple
works.
seconds.
All right.
All right, everyone's left the site. Yeah.
Nah, because everybody's not going to leave the site.
Dudes, for the show, everyone has to click
Literal Jim.
Click out of this site.
Or is that Ted the literal guy?
You know Ted when you hear him.
I know. I'm sorry. I love Ted.
Yeah, he's also, Frank or Ted. This is not them. This is just someone explaining what's happening. No one's going to sign
Literal.
off.
Well,
is literal Jim? Okay, literal Jim.
There was a picture of a girl on all fours, and another girl just had her pointer finger just heading.
It was like
two.
just touching her bunghole.
Yeah, there's two though. There was one where the girl kind of had her finger up in the air, and the other girl was on all fours. You knew exactly what the next picture was.
Yeah,
gonna be.
what it was going to be, and it was. She had her finger right there, and it looked like she was ringing a doorbell. Her finger was perfectly straight, and she's just ding dong.
Yeah,
right on that chick's ass. Wonderful.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, we're back. Okay, now on this picture, what is that girl?
Look at the juicy ass on that one, Neil. Look at the fucking fat, sniffable ass.
I think they got a lot of sand in their vages.
They got so much sand in there.
Yeah, you would think they would keep their bottoms on just so they could keep the sand out of there.
No,
you know how many guys must have had fucking sandy cocks?
Oh, yeah.
Couple.
Look at how burnt her legs are, too. She's all
yeah.
sunburnt.
Well, they're all coked up and drunk.
They don't care.
They don't have suntan lotion.
Just drinking.
They decided to bring dildos instead of suntan lotion. How great was this party?
This was a fucking barn burner.
It was how many years ago, and we still talk about it with such vigor.
7 years ago.
Because we really got away with one on this. Because I'm telling you, this was the one we were supposed to get fired for.
I think you're right.
It was starting to happen. We were starting to get nervous. And then, sex with Sam, and then boom. Oh, look at this girl. Just allowing a stranger to eat her out.
Oh, I love that.
What the fuck was going on that day?
I can't.
I remember it wasn't our fault because we flew up there. Look at this one. There's the one where her finger.
Yeah.
Describe this picture though. You got two twosomes.
Yep.
You got one girl on all fours with her ass up in the air. Another girl, she was thinking ahead. She has her naked ass on a white towel as she's taking her finger and sticking it in the girl's asshole.
In the girl's asshole. And the other couple, the girl is sitting flat down, pussy in the sand.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
And another girl is kneeling in front of her,
With some
about
kind
to
of
do
apparatus.
something with, I think, a zucchini.
Yeah. They were just trying to outdo each other, too, because, Oh, look, I think a lot of people decided to get off this website so we could, do a little explaining.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I
Thank you.
misjudged you.
But we went up there, and I remember they want us to visit Buffalo so bad, and we're like, we're really busy. We really are. We're like, if you come up with a concept, look at this one. Describe this one.
Oh, God, that was great.
Those two are bumping fucking donuts.
Oh, my God, yeah. Look at it in the background. We didn't even notice those two.
They're bumping donuts. The one naked girl
like
is on the other naked girl.
Mirror image of a pussy.
And then look at this, and this girl's sticking her finger right in there.
Just sticking it up in the ass.
Yeah, it looks like she just painted it with brown paint.
Brown finger
The
paint.
girl has a dark asshole, which
Let's
I love.
talk about the time I brown painted your ass.
Oh, my God. Hold on a minute. We got a few people calling in. Mark in North Carolina. Mark?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Mark.
You guys are killing me. I was living in Buffalo back then. I was planning on hitting that beach thing. The Marines yanked me up 3 days before that. They changed my schedule around, so I missed it. You guys make me sick every time you guys talk about it because I missed it.
You didn't miss much. Just a fuckfest on the beach with a bunch of lesbians.
It's really legendary at this point. It really is just taken out. Look at this picture, Anthony. Look at this.
Oh, zoomed in. Oh, my God. Look at that.
She's just about 2 knuckles deep in this girl's ass.
They're grinding 2 little fat pussies, and then this one is fingering an asshole on a public beach. We had a great party.
This shit happened.
But let me explain.
I love how Danny's zooming in.
Why not?
Look at this fucking picture. Her fingers up her asshole.
What?
She has a big brown eye there.
I fucking love it.
You like that, Jimmy?
Deep, dark brown asshole. Yeah, I love that.
A lot of girls dye that area now.
Fucking stop it.
They want that brown circle.
What assholes these chicks are.
How to
Fucking
play.
stop it. Leave it deep and mysterious. Your asshole should be like an Agatha Christie novel. Ooh, what should I do? Should I eat your ass or read the new Hardy Boys book? Same thing to me.
I remember the PD though. He's like, "Don't worry, you guys just get up here. We'll take care of everything else." And Anthony and I, were you there, Jimmy? You were there,
of course. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, you were. I'm sorry.
That's right.
No, I just remembered.
I'm not the focal point of that afternoon, dude.
No, none of us
Fucking
were.
fat pussies were.
So all of a sudden we're pulling up. I know we've told the story, but somebody is hearing this for the first time. And all of a sudden we see these really long lines of cars and people. And we're like, what else is going on at the beach today? Swear to God, stupid us. And then we realize everyone was there for us, and we have nothing planned whatsoever. The PD and the radio station's like, just show up and we'll figure out everything else. And we get there and they're like, okay, got a bunch of strippers from the local strip club and they're just going to play volleyball. And we're like, they're going to fucking crucify us.
Yep.
So next thing you know, everyone was bored and the girls took it in their own hands to put on a show for everybody. Let's go to Joe
Look
in
at
Buffalo.
hold on, just look at.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual emergency, the tones you just heard would have been followed by additional information or instruction. We now return to your XM programming, already in progress.
Being inserted into places it probably shouldn't be.
Oh, yeah, we couldn't talk about that earlier on the show. Yeah, a girl pretty much took in a zucchini.
Yeah.
And then another girl got mad, so she rips the zucchini out of the other girl and decides to, to really show us what you could do with zucchini. Is there any other pictures we could check out there?
That one with the zucchini, I wanted to fuck so bad. I forget her name, her screen name, I don't remember. She knows Win model. It was something like that, but I knew her. And I think she had a husband. Oh, no, I want to fuck her.
Remember that chick Madison that put the zucchini up her ass? Or no, the asparagus. They put asparagus up her ass.
Is the emergency broadcasting alert over?
When did it happen?
Oh, how much did we lose?
Right in the middle of us describing the hot lesbian action.
It was on the prep sheet, but...
Yeah, but we can't work our way around that shit. Got a radio show to do.
How come nobody came in?
Doing those dumb tests in the middle of the night.
No, but how come nobody came in to tell us when it was about to happen?
Let him go, dude, because we talked about this yesterday.
What?
Is that Derek?
Yeah, it's just Derek talking.
Derek!
Randomly to someone.
Oh, what were you saying, Derek?
Nothing.
There was a mic on out there. I think you were just trashing us.
No, go ahead.
Let us go with what?
Let him go. We talked about it yesterday. Whatever.
He
Derek.
got caught trashing us.
The fucking the real side of Derek comes out.
Yeah, what do you mean let us go? We got caught. We were talked about it yesterday. So if we talked about it yesterday,
Zoom in on that, Danny.
All right, hang on, because I gotta save it down.
All right.
Alrighty.
Just want to see what is being. She's being ravaged by two fucking girls there.
It was right at the beginning of I'm hearing. Right at the beginning of us talking about this.
What a great time. What a party at the beach.
All right, yeah, we're zooming in on this to see. Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow, we got two girls pretty much pinning down one of the lesbians.
Oh, wow.
She's pinning her down, and the other girl is going to town with some kind of a...
Big metal vibrator.
Big metal vibrator, yeah.
Wow, that's fucked up right there. I think the other chick's got like her hand on... The girl that's pinned down, she's not really pinned down to the front, but she's squeezing the other girl's tit or something behind her head or arm.
Yeah, she's reaching
grabbing at something.
She's reaching around for some good...
Like, all these girls are just reaching for fucking parts that are covered by bathing suits. Great.
All right, so it's vagpoop.com. Can we get some more pictures, Danny?
Sure.
Let's go to Amy in Canada. Amy.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to say happy birthday to my boyfriend, Ryan. He's a trucker, and he listens to the show.
And you said you would call and wish him a happy birthday on his favorite radio show.
It's a surprise.
Oh,
wow, that beats a blowjob. You want to surprise him when he walks in from his trucking? You and your fucking girlfriend be kneeling with your mouths open, making the yummy noise. That's a surprise.
Yeah. All right, very good, though. Happy birthday to him. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, many more.
We would talk to you more, but the picture up there where these two girls are completely 69. Look at this one girl.
Boy, the one girl's palms are... The girl on her bottom has her legs... She looks like she's skydiving into a girl's pussy, upside down.
That girl has a completely red face. She's making a horrible face.
Yeah, what's wrong?
And her arms... Her hands are up in the air like, no mas, no mas.
She must have got a face full of something she didn't like.
Maybe... I know what happened. I was talking to I was talking to a friend of mine this week who's a dominatrix. Yeah. And she was talking about fisting. And she said she fisted a Chinese guy's asshole with gloves on. And she said his asshole smelled like a catfish. And I'm like, I'll bet you that is what happened. This lady's asshole smells like a catfish.
Yeah, because she looks like she's not having a good time
She's
right
not
there.
happy with the 69ing.
She ain't happy.
That's going on. She doesn't want to reciprocate.
Maybe the girl on top's leaving a chum trail.
Well, you got to think it's sweaty.
Oh, yeah, it had to be really sweaty.
I'm going to let you guys go. You discussed this earlier.
You're just going to stare at it?
No, I'm just
Don't just stare at it. Eat it.
Are you doing a Derek thing?
Yeah. Derek. Nasty Derek.
Got caught trashing us. Very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
We have any more worth looking at there, Danny?
Of course.
Looking. All right.
They're all worth looking at.
It's slow.
I know, because everyone's checking it out. Where's Roland, by the way? We learned something about... Wow. What is this one?
That's the same chick. That must have been the picture right before the...
Yeah.
The picture.
Yeah, right now she's holding the girl's back, and the girl is kneeling with her asshole on the other girl's nose. And I'll bet you that the arms go apart. You could almost... The girl on the bottom, her legs are raised up, and her arms are raised up. You can almost hear her going... That's just the sound I interpret. Like, maybe the girl jumped off her nose and she left a little nugget. A fucking pretzel nugget on her nose.
We should just register...
Look at this. I'm sorry.
What?
They just showed some puppy being abused on TV by a hidden camera by this big fat pig woman walking the puppy. Mm-hmm. And she was tugging on the chain and kicking the puppy.
Yeah.
You could not see the puppy. It was behind the fucking station logo.
Because it's terrible the way they do this shit.
It was behind the huge thing that covers up half the fucking screen. Now it's covering this woman's
Now they're covering
ass.
Miley Cyrus's
butt crack. Butt crack, yeah.
Well, these are those
let's
private
see.
pictures that are now on the internet.
What is she doing?
She's doing a wet T-shirt.
She is such a little
thing in her own
slutty
shower.
girl.
These scumbags just have to fucking...
And no, you don't have to
How old is
fucking...
Miley Cyrus?
Not old
10.
enough.
Who's fucking doing that?
I don't know.
Well, apparently, those photos were sent to allegedly one of the Jonas Brothers that she was hooking up with, and some hacker got into her email. Got into her email account and posted these.
Shit.
Apparently, he's saying that he's got better ones, but these were like the teasers to prove that he wasn't lying.
Girls are a lot of girls, junior high girls, even elementary school girls, are taking pictures of themselves naked and in various states of distress and sending it to their boyfriends or guys they like. And you know what happens? Those relationships don't last long.
Oh, well, what
And
should
then,
what should
wham.
happen is those pictures should make it our way so we could, alert the authorities.
Do some fucking research into
Yes.
writing a book, Pete Townsend.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Look at this picture. This girl is trying to touch her toes, and the other girl
Wow.
is just drilling her with a green dildo.
Wow.
I love teamwork.
I also have, look at this. I'm not going to give it out, but now we're talking video. Oh, well,
Whoa.
let me see. Some O&A, TNA with O&A video, possibly?
Well.
Oh. A lot of people wondering why they have to do the emergency test during the show. I don't know.
Well, we did know this. It was on the prep sheet, but I want to know why nobody came in before and said, guys, in 5 minutes or 2 minutes, we had this in the middle of a discussion.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
Whoa, these are big.
And why do we ever have those tests during the show?
I have no idea.
I think you could find out if the fucking thing works, like
They're
at
doing it
2 in the
middle of
morning.
night.
But is that XM's choice or no? That might not be their choice.
Do it during that show that's on after us.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Steve? Can I ask Steve? I don't want to bust his balls. I just want to ask him.
Don't bust my balls.
No, I don't want to.
I'm a ballerina.
Yes, I don't want to bust his... What do ballerinas wear? Tutus.
All right. Oh, look at this file.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little while.
In the meantime, we can talk to Roland. Roland went to Ricky Gervais with us last night with his brother. We met Roland's brother last night.
Roger. Oh, what is that like?
Like meeting Roland, but taller.
Is it?
He's taller than Roland.
Why are you laughing at that?
I don't know, because I think it's funny. Because he's, I think we're different, but...
He looks like he has
doesn't look like
glasses.
Roland, really.
Yes, he does. And like from the
Really?
side,
Yeah.
I was looking at his face. I'm like, that's fucking Roland. Even though they look different, there's something about them that defines them as brothers in the middle of the face. You can see, like when you look at the middle of the face, there were certain angles. Their mouth from the side. I was just watching the two of them profile.
Yeah.
And it was funny to talk to what's your brother's name?
Roger.
Roger and Roland.
Roger, Roland.
Two Mexicans named Roger and Roland.
Yeah, what the hell's that about?
Thank God I love my dad. Didn't name us after like Paco and Julio.
Yeah.
Steve, why are you in here?
Because Jimmy wanted me in here to explain about the
I just wanted to ask how come no one came in and told us. We were in the middle of the thing.
A thing.
Would you like someone to come in and tell you from now on?
When the emergency broadcast?
Well, in addition to the 2 times that I said it yesterday, and the fact that it was on the prep sheet this morning, and that we discussed it in the meeting yesterday.
You know what, though? I think there probably should be.
Okay.
Because that's kind of, even though, like, that's kind of far away to kind of remember that at a certain minute, something's going to beep or something in the middle of the show. I think right before it.
Okay.
I think we go, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be this little covert.
No, it can be
thing.
anybody.
You could just say, hey, guys, it's going to be a fucking beep.
We would have stopped the discussion and goofed on it for a minute. Like we would have acknowledged. If we knew it was coming, we would have acknowledged. All right, this fucking we would have talked about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then it comes back, and we could yell like, "That wasn't a test! Oh my God!"
Right.
And we have no control over when those happen.
No, I figured we didn't.
Right. Can we spill something on that red carpet?
Like,
would that get us in trouble?
Yeah, there's cops guarding
everywhere.
every block
There
of
are
it.
cops. There are so many fucking cops. One thing I would like them to do, though, why can't they just carpet all the streets in Manhattan? It felt so nice to walk across, didn't it? Wasn't it soft?
It's nice and soft.
It's very nice. Carpet all the streets in Manhattan.
The homeless will cut it.
Thank you.
What's that, Roland?
The homeless will cut it up.
You're right.
Leave it to Roland to be the real guy that Jimmy goofs on.
Roland,
literal guy. Homeless could cut it up, as opposed to what, like 8 hours later, all the buses chewing it up into nothingness anyway.
Well, the fact that indoor-outdoor carpeting.
Yeah, what could it be? What about rain? What about traction? Heyo.
Who's gonna vacuum it?
It's got to be vacuumed.
Your color.
There's a picture of Roland's brother, by
Pet
the way.
stains.
Yeah, that's him.
Wow. He looks like a real bruiser, though.
He is.
He's a big boy.
He
I've
looks
seen him
mean.
get pissed off before and knock the guy out.
Is he a crazy
Wow.
fucker when he gets mad?
No, but when he does get mad, it's like
over.
worse than me. And the guy, I'm like, adios.
Is he a crazy fuck when he gets mad? No, but when he gets mad, he's
caught it
worse
too.
than me. It's like,
No.
so you're saying he's a crazy fuck when he gets mad?
Yes.
No, but he is.
There's a reason I have Roland in here, by the way, because he admitted that he's blind as a bat and refuses to wear glasses or contact lenses. And can we get an eye test? Is that online?
we could. Yeah, we could.
And
do
how
that.
many feet?
Print out a chart.
How many feet do you have to be?
I don't know. It just depends.
I'll
Like,
figure it out.
Every day,
we'll
like my
figure it all
eyes,
out.
if my allergies
Probably 20
hit,
feet.
I can't see well.
So
Yes,
20,
he will.
20.
No.
Why don't you get glasses?
I don't know.
What are you afraid you're gonna look stupid?
No.
He told a story where he didn't even recognize his boss at work or something.
Yeah. Because she walked by, hey, I'm like, hey, what up? And they kept on walking. She goes, hello. I'm like, and then I walked closer, like, ah.
He's unbelievable.
What is 2020? I forgot. It's 20
show.
To see. Okay, that's right. I forgot. It's if you see something. It's a certain amount, 20 high or something, and then a certain amount of feet or yards away. What is it? Help me! Help me! 2020.
Look at
Yes,
the
it's
white
red.
lion cubs. I'm sorry.
It's a Snellen eye chart, and that's read 20 feet from the chart. Blah, blah, blah. Test one at a time. At 20 feet, you should try to read the letters on the 6th row from the top. If you could read that line, it means you have visual acuity of 20/40 or better.
20/40 or better.
All right.
Okay.
Can we set it up on a screen or?
It has to be a certain size, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm having him printed out in the other room. We'll bring it in for him.
We're going backwards. Kevin in Chicago. He's a lawyer. Kevin.
Hey guys, how you doing? You guys fucking rock.
Thank you.
I'm a defense attorney, and I got a client who's being looked at because a 14-year-old girl, his girlfriend, sent him naked pictures of herself. And now the feds are looking at him for potential possession of child pornography, which in federal is a minimum of 20 years.
How old is he?
Yep.
How old is he?
He's 16.
16?
What?
16 or 60? Either way, I love him.
16.
Okay.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know something? You could go out with a girl if you're 16 and she's 14 or something, but once they start transmitting their nude pictures back and forth, that's the touchy area, isn't it?
20 years for child porn. Geez, what if you send it over through state lines?
No, it's just sending it over electronic medium. You're fucked.
And it's just possession. There's there's no explanation for that.
Yeah, if you just have it on you. Like if someone walks by you and shoves drugs in your pocket, and then a cop immediately grabs you, and then you're fucked for possession of those drugs. Picture it like that and having no excuse.
But that happened to me one time.
Yes.
Someone put a bunch of DVDs in my pocket. DVDs.
So what's going to happen to this kid there, Gavin?
Nothing.
Kevin?
He's got a bad phone.
Kevin.
You ought to sue the phone company.
He's going to spend a lot of money on this guy.
Kevin? We lost him? All right. Why don't we take a break?
I have a sandwich, Opie.
Me too. We all have sandwiches today.
A sandwich.
That's why we're going to take a break. We're going to spare the audience of hearing us chewing.
Tomorrow, we're going to have sandwiches.
When we get back, we got Roland doing the eye test. That should be some pretty good radio. No, Jimmy.
Roland eyes.
We're doing eye tests on the radio.
Not very good.
Oh. I think he's probably going to...
Hey, get Don Wicklund on the phone, too, because I want to know who our new boss is going to be if Eric Logan is not going to be around anymore.
No one until
I want to know
goes
who it's going to be and if we have to take that person seriously or not.
We always make that judgment.
Well, yeah, I think it's time to make that judgment. Because obviously we don't have to work until they name a new boss.
They better be as fun as Elo was. Like, we could goof on Elo. I don't want some serious fucking... douchebag.
I want Elo's sound machine.
Oh, he's taking that with him.
No, he's not.
To Oprah.
E-Rock.
Can I load it up before he leaves? He'll be back in no time.
I bet you there's a few buttons missing.
Oprah presses it. The house next door was sold to who?
Never mind. All right, why don't we take a break? We're going to eat our sandwiches. And Roland's going to do an eye test after the break. Yes, Jimmy?
I want Elo's sound machine because I have some sounds to put in it.
Ooh.
I want to hit buttons.
Good evening.
No, that one's yours.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Like that?
Not like that. That was hurtful.
How about this one?
He's just kid a little fucking man. I'm breaking your balls and you're right away you're getting fucking fish.
Fucking face.
My favorite moment in the movie.
His stupid party.
Can we play that video?
Which?
Love it.
Oh.
Vag poop?
Yeah,
Is that still...
I forgot that it
we
was...
really want to take a break, though, but should we figure it out after the break?
Yeah, I got to tinkle.
I want to see it.
I want to see it.
Where's the video?
Where'd it go?
Oh, no.
I want to see it while I'm eating.
Oh, I got one. Oh, you saw that one already.
Yeah.
Tuna on a pita.
Let's take a break. Eat our sandwiches. We'll figure it all out next. Stay there.
Are you a woman and looking to get off? Then call the Jim Norton Phone Sex Hotline.
I'll talk dirty to you.
I don't think you could either.
No, you're wrong, sweetie. I'll talk dirty to you well.
Jim will personally guide you through your wildest fantasies. Just take a listen.
All right, I want you to picture yourself, you're lying back, and I'm there with you. And then I take my underpants off. I want to hold your legs open and tease your thighs.
Getting wet?
And I start to lick all the way away from your crotch to tease you. And I start licking down towards your knee.
Prepare to be ravaged.
I'm going to rub my butt right on your vagina. And I'm going to start to turtle into it. I'm going to hang half a log out. And I'm going to like hold it with my butt cheeks. And then I'm going to fuck you with my poop for a few seconds. And I'm going to grunt as I put it in like this.
Want more? Call 1-800-VAG-POOP.
Busy show today. Opie and Anthony rolling in studio. He gave us the Ricky Gervais tickets yesterday. And you're going to do an eye exam, Roland, because we learned that you're pretty much blind.
How far will we have to be with that thing?
Danny's got it all figured out.
10 feet.
He's getting very specific over there. And also, Danny downloaded a video from TNA with O&A, and
oh my God,
it's even more amazing than what I remember.
Yeah, it looks like surveillance video of something illegal going on, which then
it was.
I realize it is.
Do you want the next one? Because I got the second one ready.
Yeah. No, let's do the first one.
Yeah?
For the peeps.
And then we'll do the second one?
Yeah.
And the third one?
Who's that hot bitch? Oh, that's me.
Damn. Wow, I used to have
There's
hair.
Opie. There's Steve.
All right, here we go. Look at this. So the girls are getting ready to play a little... Let's walk the listeners through this. They're topless, getting ready for the serve. Well, then the girl decides, you know what, fuck volleyball, and she takes her panties off.
These buxotics are ready for some volleyball. Yeah. That's what it looks like. It looks like Mondo topless.
Yeah, now she's just shaking her vag, and then, of course, that means this girl has to spank the girl that's shaking her vag. Then the other one runs over and starts dry humping her asshole. Then what happens here, they pin this one girl down. This girl sits on her face. The other one is working her from behind. Look at her just grinding her vagina on the back of the girl's face, by the way.
Can we pause it for a second?
I should say. Yes.
Can we pause for a second? I got to point something out that is really ridiculous.
I do see a volleyball finally making an appearance
for the first time.
Now this girl runs over, gets on her knees, and just starts eating this girl out, who's still standing and hoping that they might serve the volleyball sometime soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think they were worried about the volleyball at all. The real interesting part about this thing that I forgot was there was a big to-do that these strippers had to wear pasties, even under their bikini tops, just in case their bikini tops came off during the volleyball play. So if you notice, they're wearing these stick-on little stars on their nipples and hearts and things like that. So the first girl that takes her top off, you notice that she's got hearts over her nipples, pasties. But the second thing she does after her top comes off, she rips her bottoms off.
Yeah.
So now, thank God, you can't see her nipples, but fucking steakums are flying out from between her legs.
Well, the radio station had good intentions back then, but it all failed.
That execution.
I think a lot of people got fired for this bit, too. Why does everyone get fired?
I don't know.
It's just fun.
Just let us have
all right, back to the
fun
video.
on a public beach.
These videos are hidden, by the way, on that website.
So don't try to find them.
All right, this girl's just standing and dry humping this girl.
She's humping her.
Now watch. Now watch. This girl's like, well, what about me?
Bends over and starts eating the girl's ass.
And
I want to hit the cameraman for this.
This girl runs over and goes, well, while you're eating that girl's ass, I'm sticking a finger into your vag from behind.
She bent over to eat the girl's ass. Another girl came over and shoved a finger up her ass.
Yeah, and this girl's like, wait, you're not naked yet. Rips her top off.
Take your top off and throws it into the crowd.
She's swinging it over her head and throws it in the crowd. And then says something like, where's the fucking volleyball? She's got the volleyball. Now she's attempting to serve and says, oh, fuck the serve.
Because another girl ran out and started eating the other girl's pussy.
Yeah, and now this girl runs back to her side. But now she sees this girl that has her legs completely behind her head naked and decides, well, I got to get down there and sample the goods.
And lick some box.
Yeah. All right, now they're back and they're getting ready now to play a little volleyball.
All right, serve.
All right, wait, they're just about ready.
Ready to serve the ball?
And, well, this girl says, fuck that, I need to take my
she takes her top off
first before you do serve the ball. This girl has taken her top off. She's got the star pasties on.
And now they're ready for some volleyball. Oh, no, no, she's on her knees eating box.
Yeah, well, and now the security guy decides that he needs to do something. I don't know what he's attempting to do in the...
Looking with
he was watching.
Maybe some idiot decided to get in the action.
And there is nothing short of the Spanish Armada behind everybody. I remember that too now from the video.
Yeah.
You see so many boats packed into one small area.
All right, now we got a girl. Now we're talking to the crowd. This girl decides to flash
It's
everybody.
Jimmy Norton.
With her big boobies.
Hi, Jimmy.
Jimmy
Look at
looks
Jimmy.
exactly the same. All right, and there's a douche that used to work for us. And here's another girl showing her titties.
With my
titty shot.
A bunch of flashing going on.
Hi, Jimmy.
There's Steve.
There's Jimmy, and there's this, that's some big boobies.
God, what's suckable fucking tits?
And she's got some long cleavage.
That's the flappers.
And then
Oh, yeah, remember this? The girls showing their pussies and assholes.
Yeah, they were on the stage.
Fucking rules.
Right. They were.
The fat pig in the Aussie shirt ruining everyone's shot.
That would be Steve, yeah.
No, it was me. I meant me and Steve both wearing Aussie shirts.
Oh, oops.
I meant me, Steve, not you.
All right, well, Steve had an Aussie
Oh, look
shirt.
at that fucking nipple.
Nipple rings.
Yeah, fucking nipple, man.
And,
this is just a stage full of girls that are flashing.
Yeah.
This wasn't even the main attraction. This is like the second stage at like Ozfest.
This was just the this was the beer tent they set up for us.
Yeah.
So we had a place to go.
But there was a stage that we were on. It was like a high up area.
Yeah,
We were on the stage, but the action was in the sand.
Yeah.
Girls are just up there, though, flashing. Look at the huge tits on her.
And now girls are
yeah.
flashing in front of the crowd.
That's
a big fucking crowd,
yeah,
man.
It certainly is.
It was ridiculous. Mickey Rats, that's right. It was at Mickey Rats.
I remember us almost getting in trouble with the FCC for that, and it wasn't on the air. It wasn't even supposed to be on the air. It was just a live appearance, and we almost got in trouble with the FCC.
Right.
It's like, how did they get us in trouble when it wasn't broadcast?
I know.
And then there was a rumor going around, not really a rumor, that if we came back to Buffalo, we were going to get arrested.
They wanted to talk to us, yes.
Yeah, and then the Sex with Sam thing happened, and they didn't have to worry about it.
And that remedied all that bullshit.
I want to get up to Buffalo and do a show, actually. I haven't been to Buffalo in years.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Let's say hi to Greg on Long Island. Greg?
Yeah, Opie, you said before that, don't look for these pictures. They're hidden. They're on Foundry.
Oh, boy. Steve's not going to be happy about that.
Try to navigate that one.
Oh, come on. There's no reason to kick Steve while he's pirouetting. My calf, I won't be able to compete.
Ouch.
Oh, I want to dance like the girl who had sex with Leroy in Fame. The white girl who got pregnant. I want to be her.
We're going to look at the final video. There's only 3 videos up on this site. Then we'll give out the site again if you're just tuning in.
It's myspace.com/Jim Norton.
Wow.
You join up on my MySpace and you get to see these videos in a secret location.
Yeah. We're halfway. We're halfway with the download.
It takes a while.
It was
this
just
is like
amazing.
old school.
All the girls were just looking around for a partner. Like, where can I go? Where can I suck
They
some
were
bags?
running toward face first into the other girls' asses and vaginas.
And the best one was the girl that just poked her in the shitter without even asking her while she was busy eating another girl's.
Yeah, let me just, I'm going to poke you. Give you a little poke. They were wild, drunk, drugged out chicks.
Yeah, I don't want.
Fantastic.
I don't want to see them now because that was six summers ago.
Oh my God!
Was it
6 summers ago?
Long
yeah.
ago. Jesus Christ! What happened?
I don't know.
Wow.
Sometimes I'll sit around and I'll say to myself, "Where's the time go?"
I know.
I'm almost 40 years young.
You know what? Time flies when you're having fun. God bless.
Youth is wasted on the young.
God bless.
All right, we're almost.
Truer words were never spoken.
Sure they were.
Let's go to Scott in Buffalo.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey.
First of all, foremost, Jimmy, you are the funniest motherfucker on the planet, period.
Thank you very much, sir, but that encompasses quite a few people. I'm sure there's an Aborigine who's...
But you know what? I mean, I didn't see it. I'll check it online today, but it sounds like the coolest thing ever happened in Buffalo.
It was
we
really
lose
nice.
fucking 4 Super Bowls, and this is the best thing we got.
It was unbelievable, man.
There was a funny time when Marv Levy showed up and fingered a girl's ass, then smelled it and passed out. And we all fucked Marv Levy's face. We fucked Marv Levy right in the face while he slept.
We're ready?
With
All right,
his
we're
mouth
ready for
open
the
on
third
beach.
video. We haven't seen this in 6 years.
That's right. He's got his cocks out.
Let's rock.
Open it bigger, Dan.
All right, we got a girl on stage.
Jesus.
And she's completely naked and squeezing her nips to the crowd.
Anthony in a
Very
terrible
nice.
shirt.
Yeah, horrible shirt.
Buffalo Fire, how appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost happened.
Yeah, no kidding. And then you got another girl topless over there. This is video from the stage.
God, I want to eat an asshole right now.
Do you?
I do.
And, girls
We're
naked.
just commenting, I guess, to the crowd on the girls that are nude.
And this
There's
girl
another
is
just
handing out
naked
tickets
fucking
and she's
girl.
naked. What is she doing with her
Just
tickets?
naked.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
They're tickets to her rape.
Why does she care about tickets so much? She's completely naked.
Each one is admit 50.
And now she's checking her asshole for sand.
Yeah, and her pussy.
And now she's putting her bathing suit back on.
Yeah.
This must be near the end.
Oh, that's wet T-shirt tickets or something.
Wet T-shirt
I don't know what that means.
They had to make it official?
Yeah, sure. Everything fell apart. Like, we couldn't conduct a contest or anything because it just turned into this, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Let's watch naked women.
Well, this is a weird video. The girl's actually putting her clothes back on. All right, they finally go to something else here.
Well, there's somebody trying to stick his fucking I want to be a star face in the middle of it.
What are you doing there, Jim?
PR.
What are you doing? Were you trying to pick up on somebody there?
I was chatting that bitch up.
You certainly were.
She's got the big Buffalo Betty hair, too, Jimmy.
Wow.
Yeah, awful. Fat mane. Hey, yak hair.
This was obviously before HBO fame.
Now I see why that was video 3.
I got nothing.
Yeah. All right, that wasn't that great. Vagpoop.com. And then the videos are hidden there. Kind of easy to find if you know what you're doing on a website there.
Well, somebody already posted the link on Pal Talk.
Oh, well, there you go. So it's vagpoop.com/OATA buff/video, and there's 3 videos.
And we encourage all the listeners out there to turn us on to other websites that have this footage. Because
yes.
We never get tired of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Danny, you want to conduct the eye test? We want to see how blind you are, Roland.
What makes you 20/20? I actually want to...
Well, you go after Roland.
Yeah, I want to see...
You got to do the 6th line or something like that? All right, Roland, you got the line.
2020 is 20-point font.
We need a mic on Roland.
20-point font at 20 feet?
I do believe that is the depth.
Really?
Roland?
No, 20 point?
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus the lighting conditions are not ideal.
I thought it was you see stuff at 20 feet that you're supposed to see at 20 feet. Like the way it's supposed to look.
Well, you know what, Anthony? People say that...
All right, Roland's on the line. Can you see this? Can you see the chart, Roland?
Are you supposed to shut one eye?
You see H. That's the big one that starts it all.
Which line is he supposed to read? 6th down?
This very last line would indicate.
The last line he's supposed to read?
No, you're wrong. There's no way 2020 is that hard to read. That's got to be 24. It could. There's the size of the papers. Something is wrong.
Let me see. I'm used to it.
Is.
It even gave.
Here, let me see.
That makes sense.
Okay, I will read the 3rd one up from the bottom is HLOPS, and then the other one is ZXBAE.
I can't read that one.
What are you reading?
Is that the one? Is that the the one up from the bottom?
What?
Z. I think I need glasses.
Yeah. You said it with such confidence.
ZXOAL.
Wow.
Well,
hold on.
How many did you get wrong, Danny?
Half.
Wait.
No.
ZYBAP?
No.
Mother's cunt!
Okay. No, I'll read the one above it, though. HLOPS.
That is correct.
Okay. The other one is ludicrous. Yeah, there's no way anyone's reading ZFDAX. There. See, I did it.
Better.
Yeah, I did.
See, it's got
up better.
This.
Oh, no.
Dinks.
Which one can you read?
HEZ.
Which one could you read?
Only I could barely read the 3rd line. LPOT.
No way. You can read O.
I can't see it really.
Well, you might need
it sounded like I had bad vision. I was reading this fucking line right here.
Yeah. All right, I got 4. DAFV.
That's easy.
Yeah.
All right, I got NEVC.
Oh boy, now he's going down.
Is that good?
Now he's tripping up.
What?
No, don't get up there. You'll read the other ones.
VACB.
Okay.
HL. God, this is not entertaining for anybody listening.
We're doing an eye test on the radio. This is good. How close do I have to get to read the last
Where
one?
you going, motherfucker? Your feet is over the line.
L V F C S D. Oh my God! You're 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
You're 23,000.
That's crazy.
I think the problem is you got to light up the chart.
And the crinkling in the paper is ruining everything. Oh, how about this is all about Roland? How do we hijack?
We all want to see how good we are.
Hold on.
Can we light up the area better? Does anyone work?
We can light that up with a nuclear bomb and not read that fucking line.
Well,
that's bullshit.
This is like as lit up as it gets in here.
Yeah, don't think there is.
Hold on, can we turn off all the lights except for those?
That one?
That might help highlight a little bit. I have a really soft.
Do we have flashlights? That's what
we're working on right now.
Oh, I'll make it darker.
I couldn't really see the damn thing.
No. Turn that one back on, sweetie.
Fuck. How does that look? Why, it's dark in here now.
That's the best I could do.
Yeah,
No, that would be H-E-H-E-H-E. Go on down, Roland.
H.
By the way, the H is the size of the H in hotel on the side of the W. H is actually one that fucking you have to be able to read.
E-Z.
Easy is the second line.
L-M-N-O-P. I can't.
You can't read the third line?
No.
Okay, you need fucking Hubble glasses.
Wow, Roland, why?
Would be, according to this,
L some.
if we did it correctly, which I'm sure we didn't, Roland has 20/80 vision.
20/80?
Pretty
Is that good? I think that's pretty good.
Thanks.
Listen, Tim H. from Columbus. Hey, guys, can I try? B-O-R-I-N-G. Oh, come on.
That's not an eye test. He's spelling boring.
You know what?
Literal Jim.
You know what? You're lucky we're even here. We don't even have a boss.
That's right.
Would you go to work if you didn't have a boss? Would you?
Too.
We have no boss or prepared material.
Not even supposed to be here today.
Where are you supposed to be?
Kidding.
No boss. No future.
That's not true.
What would you do? No, we have a future. It just might be a different future.
Any of you guys need personal assistance?
The future.
Just in case.
All right, Roland. So you got 20/80. You got to get some specs.
Yeah, I go to the eye doctor this week.
Get X-ray specs.
Why wouldn't you just get glasses or like contact lenses?
I will be for Bruce.
You're just a strange one, Roland.
Bruce has glasses.
We were talking about how you walk around in the middle of winter with just a T-shirt on.
Yeah.
That is bizarre.
I never get sick though.
Huh?
I won't get sick if I wear a jacket.
You just make everyone else feel that way. Thank you. Roland's just a hot, like he's always warm. I almost said Roland's a hot guy, and I figured that isolate that.
Yeah.
But Roland's one of those guys. He's got like a high body temperature, right?
Yeah. My apartment's like ice cold all the time.
Let me touch you.
Oh.
Can you guys turn on CNN and talk about it? Can you do a hearing test next? When is Howard coming to XM? Howard is he back working yet? Stop.
I think we'll be. Hopefully, Howard will be on XM and we'll be on Sirius with our channels.
Yeah, hater. We're one big happy family now.
A happy family.
Are we?
Won't they love that? Won't the people love when we're all just one big happy family?
Are we?
They will. Why not?
Certainly are.
Enroll in the Steve Carlisi School of Improv. Here's one of my students now.
Give me a person, an occupation, and a situation. Okay, a fireman, a firehouse, and a fire.
Yes, I think there's been a fire and somebody needs help.
This kid's a genius. He's my best student.
All right, we're going to pick an object, a comb.
It's a comb. My hair must be messy.
Oh, my God. I'm in tears over here. Someone in the audience pick an occupation.
Producer.
I have no idea what that is.
How's that for improv?
When in doubt, open your eyes wide and panic. Enroll in the Steve Carlisi School of Improv. Yes, I get it. I have no improv skills.
That's good, Derek. That's Derek.
Oh, damn. The guy that talks bad about us behind our backs?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, let him go.
Let him go, you know.
Yeah, let him go.
Who doesn't? All right. And now Steve is a ballerina today. That's wonderful.
I'm a ballerina.
That's right.
I'm a ballerina in training.
Roland, you like Steve?
I do.
I'm also a little teapot, short and stout.
That's right. Here is my handle, and here is my gout. or there is the closet. I should step out. Don't criticize Foundry, or I'll pout.
My producer skills are in doubt.
That's right. I came in my pants. I better use some shout. In the world of radio, I have no clout.
That song Pendulum, what's it about?
That Pendulum album stunk worse than Trout.
Oh, poor Stevie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm fighting obesity and losing the bout.
Oh, that's not very sweet.
Roland.
Let it be known, no one is tickling Roland.
I'm a little teapot.
Short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my spout.
That's right. Put a finger in my backside and cum shoots out.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah. Steve's good. He's a good
Of course he is.
What is he talking about?
Who knows?
I hear like
Steve, what are you doing?
chatter.
Yeah. Probably diesel trucks his calves have been compared to. And they thought one time it was a I get it, Jim. Right.
Oh.
Wheels came off.
Oh, the wheels on the bus go round and round. I don't know why I'm singing children's songs now.
Because it was fun. That little teapot. Because you can
teapot.
picture Steve doing that while dressed in like a fucking a one color latex outfit, like a beige latex outfit, except for the black right arm because that's the handle part of the teapot.
Yes. And I'm short and stout. And there's my handle. I wanted to be a handle.
That's right.
Come shoot.
Oh boy.
Yeah. No one's left alone here. It's terrible.
I got something fun for everybody.
Ooh, a fun sound clip.
This is going to be fun for everyone. Listen to this.
Faith Mitchell has Down syndrome, and considering the statistics, she's lucky to be celebrating her 4th birthday.
Aww.
The fact is, an overwhelming majority of parents who find out their baby will likely be born with Down syndrome choose to terminate the pregnancy. Many people, including Faith's parents, believe doctors are partially to blame for the high rate of Down syndrome abortions, which
Blame? Blame?
Yeah, it's a tough.
Doctors are to blame. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Holy shit. No, let's be real here. Obviously, if you have a baby and it has Down syndrome, I'm not, ridiculous. You love the child. You raise it. You do whatever you do, just like you do with any other kid. I'm sure it's more difficult, whatever.
I thought you were going to say just like you would do with a puppy.
No, well, I'm just saying, but if you know and have the opportunity to terminate, you're going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Why be burdened?
Doctors are blamed. How about that fucking fifth of old granddad while the fucking womb was still full? Fucking mom. How about
The old
that?
topple down the stairs for being lippy. How about that? Oh, God damn.
Let's say hi to Turtle. Turtle?
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Please shave my back hair.
Okay.
I like
I liked where it was going.
Yeah, sure. Let's go to California. Tony.
Hey guys, what's happening?
Hey.
Hey, Steve, I've opened the closet door. Now I am out.
I did that one.
Jimmy did that. Oh, my.
Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with a pail of water. And that Jill sure was lucky because Jack was dishy.
for the high rate of Down syndrome abortions, which some studies put as high as 90%.
Yeah.
They give you a bleak picture. You go out there and you're scared. You don't know what to do because you have you think of all these great things, and it's all like taken away from you in an instant.
The Mitchells say during those gut-wrenching minutes after the diagnosis, they got the feeling that their doctors were pressuring them to abort Faith. The focus, they say, was on the medical difficulties many children with Down syndrome have, like heart trouble, and how hard they are to raise due to their learning disability.
We know
They even told me that it could be a burden on my son as he grows up.
They don't need to explain why it's hard to raise a child with Down syndrome. Because he's always winning the spelling bee. I give up.
The only one it's easy on is the barber.
He knows right away. Okay, the number 2. You have a choice, 1 or 2.
Jimmy, come back. Jimmy, come back.
Oh my God, I'm so far away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was that fucking funny, man?
Ready for this? This next clip is only 40 seconds long, but it could. I'm thinking it could take 20 minutes to play.
Oh no! What is it?
It could be one of those things.
The Mitchells and others raising children with Down syndrome say they want doctors to give expecting parents a more complete picture, including the positive points.
Okay.
All right. All right. A stamp licker? Could lick a whole fucking mat at one time.
If you need a piano moved.
Need to post huge genitals on the internet.
If you want something with the
a fleshy piggy bank. I do love their change.
Including the positive points.
Positive points?
If you enjoy saying, "Hey, Charlie, hustle."
Oh, no.
Positive points.
Yes, positive points.
I'd love to hear a couple.
Picture, including the positive points.
They're special. They're the most loving people you ever meet in your life. And I think they deserve a chance. Doctors
That's
are not
the positive
prepared.
points. They deserve a shot.
They're special. They're the most loving people you'll ever meat.
No, they're not.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that could be held up.
They also love bricks and trees.
And throwing them at your head every so often.
And I think they deserve a chance. Doctors are not prepared when it comes to delivering that diagnosis.
Dr. Brian Skotko, who has a sister with Down syndrome, authored a 2005 study while he was in medical school that showed that most parents of children with Down syndrome thought that doctors indeed focused on worst-case scenarios. The medical community has heard the complaints.
What are you supposed to focus on?
The complaints are from people, obviously, that have Down syndrome children. It's not from the people that aborted them. It's not, and obviously you can understand why they would be upset. It's like anything else. If you get you have a child and there's anything wrong with it or something, you're not going to, hate the kid. You got to raise it. You got to kind of pay attention to it, I guess. Because you always hear that. It's like, well, when we first heard or found out, it was very difficult. But, oh, my God, she's so special and so smart in such special ways. Really?
The only one that's easy on is the
We're officially not doing line of the day today.
Just the fucking, they all have that stupid hairdo.
Oh, that hair. At least get one a perm. Do something.
Get a permanent.
Get yourself a permanent.
They'll wind up getting things caught in it. It has to just be simple. They don't know what to do.
Not that imaginary light bulb. Bing.
Paulie from Australia.
The idea.
Dopes, yes.
Paulie from Australia writes, loving, of course they are loving. They love that you didn't drown the fucking waterhead at birth.
Oh, fuck. See, I'm trying to be a realist without being too harsh. I mean, of course we're having fun here. But for God's sake, if you know that it's going to happen and the doctor suggests aborting it,
well, we got
what the fuck? Yeah.
The last clip, we got a couple that terminated the pregnancy, and guess what?
They want it back?
They feel no guilt whatsoever.
Really?
Joey and Jeff terminated a pregnancy more than 2 years ago after receiving a Down syndrome diagnosis. They didn't want us to use their last names. They say the decision was very difficult for them, but they have no regrets.
I did not feel any guilt about it.
They're the moron makers.
They say they didn't get the feeling that their doctors pushed them in any one direction, but they say many people made them feel bad for deciding to have an abortion.
Here we were going through a loss, and there are people out there. There are a lot of people out there who look down what we chose to do.
Since then, they've had a child with no birth defects.
There you go.
The Mitchells say they never considered aborting Faith, but are very careful not to judge anyone who makes that choice, because they say as sure as they are that they made the right decision, they also know how difficult it is to have that decision to make.
When the doctor comes in with the diagnosis sheets and he's flipping through the pages with a hanger, you know that he's probably trying to push you in a certain direction. He takes both of your coats, but he's got 3 hangers. Look, I don't want to push.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, shit.
He's got a Hoover, but there's no rug in here. Oh, no.
It's ridiculous.
Take both your coats, but he's got 3. Anthony's on fire with the retard stuff.
With the retard stuff. You got to be a realist.
Walter in Chicago. Walter.
Right? Oh,
What's
shit.
happening?
Hey, Walter.
How we doing today?
Pretty good.
Hi.
You know, the Down syndrome people are they are actually a wonderful type of person because they give you so much to look at. They don't even try. They're just funny.
Jesus. What do you mean?
That took a turn.
Yeah.
Without even trying, they care so much about everybody else besides themselves. And I've got a person that's been in my family for 51 years. Severe Down syndrome.
Wow.
Another 4 years, she'll make it into the Guinness Book of World Records for being the oldest.
Yeah, well, how old's the oldest?
62 is what's in the record books right now. So I mean, they don't, without even trying, they do give you a lot of joy in life, but they do take a lot of work. Yeah. I'm not going to say that they don't, but it is funny that they can bring you so much joy, but they do take a lot of work.
That's the same thing as restoring a classic car.
Right.
Brings a lot of joy, but takes a lot of work.
Yeah. We're
and the car is smarter.
If the car's an Edsel.
What are we doing to this guy?
What? It's been 59 years or something.
Yeah.
What's the
relation? An uncle or an answer?
No, it's somebody who was orphaned.
Oh.
What they adopt?
You would. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
That wasn't very nice.
The Lord has a place for you in heaven, my friend.
Well, he didn't adopt a 60-year-old
too loud.
Down syndrome guy.
Yeah.
He didn't adopt a 60-year-old Down syndrome guy or woman.
It's a woman.
Oh, wow.
Was it your parents adopted that, or?
No, actually, grandparents.
Your grandparents adopted a Down
retarded
syndrome
girl
child.
to help her out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Help her out. Way back in the olden days?
Yeah, well,
No, 2 weeks
a while ago.
How many hockey helmets has she gone through?
Actually, none.
Yeah. They rarely wear hockey helmets, Down syndrome kids. It's usually kids that have autism and other things that are banging their heads around.
All right, Walter, good for you, man. Congrats.
All right, man. Have a good...
All right, let's go to Steve in California. Steve.
Hey, guys, I've been listening to you guys since the trainable videos, and I've got a son with Down syndrome who absolutely... I gotta agree with Walter. He makes us laugh all the time. He says some of the crazy shit like I like to make werewolf movies.
Really?
But it's his own thing. Yeah, he's got his own thing. He's totally into the MASH TV show and runs around and thinks that the Korean War is still going on, and
of course he's into MASH.
Down on him and say, "Ow, Korean War ended a long time ago."
Oh, jeez.
But I'll tell you what, he's one of the strongest kids I've ever met.
Of course he is. He's 58.
He can outbench.
He's Hawk Brain Pierce.
Exactly.
Does he understand MASH?
What's that?
Does he understand the show MASH?
Oh, he knows who the funny people are, and he knows who the stupid people are, and he'll pull up lines. He'll rattle
Trapped
out
in the John.
Trainable John.
I can't. Hog brain beers.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, it seems a lot of people have fun with their Down syndrome kids.
Well, sure.
Like, you got to make, lemonade out of those lemons, I guess, and they seem to just laugh. It seems like that's what people are doing. They're laughing.
Well, they love them, but I'm personally waiting for the robots, so...
Yeah. It's a bit much.
Hog brain
do we have a little song we can play for the folks out there?
Ooh, do
sure
we?
we do. Let's go with this.
Uh-oh.
I'll do this one.
When I was a boy of 10, I had a very special friend. Ed was kind with good intent, but just a little different. Oh, special Ed. His mama dropped him on his head. Now he's not so bright instead. He's a little bit special, just a little bit special. We'd play tag and he'd get hurt. I'd play soldier, he'd eat dirt. I like math and the spelling bee. Ed liked talking to a tree. Oh, special Ed. His mama dropped him on his head. Now she keeps him in the shed, 'cause he's a little bit better. Just a little bit better. I ran track, hung out in malls. Ed ran headfirst into walls. I had girly girls and lots of clothes. Ed had names for all his toes, like Larry and Terry and Jerry and Barry and Ronnie and Bobby and Ricky and Mike. And if I love the girl, who cares who you like? It special Ed. His mama dropped him on his head. Now he thinks he's a piece of bread, 'cause he's a little bit better. Just a little bit better. I thought college life was great. Ed could count from 1 to 2. I like people and the party scene. Ed was scared of the vacuum cleaner. Special Ed. His mama dropped him on his head. Now his favorite color is the radio, 'cause he's a little bit better. Just a little bit. One day talking to Special Ed, he grabbed a brick and he swung at my head. And as he laughed at me, that's when I knew that Special Ed just made me special too. Ha! My shoes hurt! Now I laugh as I count bugs. I give strangers great big hugs. Next to me, it is fine. Yeah, he's a fucking Einstein. Oh, Special Ed and me. Now we're not right in the head, you see. Now we're not so right instead. We're a little bit special, just a little bit special. That fucker Ed made me special, just a little bit. Just a little bit special. Watch them run, watch them fall, watch them try to catch a ball. Olympics, Special Olympics.
Oh boy!
Watch them laugh, watch them drool, watch them fall into the pool. That's diving at the Special Olympics.
You're shouting pity!
And I know full well that I will burn in hell. But those guys playing wheelchair basketball gotta be about the funniest freaking thing I've ever seen in my life. At the Special Olympics.
Special Olympics!
Take it, Corky.
And the Special Olympics! Oh, you're shouting pity. You can sing at my wedding when I get married.
There you go, Stephen Lynch with a twofer on this Two for Tuesday.
I've been laughing at fucking Anthony's cracks the whole fucking break. The mesh. Hawkbrain Pierce.
Hawkbrain Pierce.
I thought of one. Should have been a BJ Honeycutt.
Let's go to Bill in Charleston. Bill?
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Bill.
Bill.
Hey, I had a buddy of mine that had a brother that's got Down syndrome. He's probably 52, 53. And we used to take him to baseball games and stuff because we could get the special seats. But everywhere you took the guy, he had to take a shit, and he would use the whole roll and stop up the bowl and then come in wherever you're at and say he needed a plunger and embarrass the shit out of you. And he cut his mustache in a Hitler mustache.
Retarded Hitler? Give all the Jews raises.
He
did all
in a Hitler
wrong.
mustache.
Hitler. Yeah, he was just nice to everybody.
Nice. Thank you, Bill. Let's go to Jason in Syracuse. Jason.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, sorry to hear you guys got dropped in Syracuse. That sucks.
Well, you know, they want to do Shut Up and Rock. What could I tell you?
That shit sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll listen to you guys the next time. But yeah, I got a good friend. He's got an uncle with Down syndrome. And he's got the mind of like a 12-year-old, but he's like really good at video games and does a lot of athletic activities. He's just pretty cool. I don't think he shits as much as the last guy said. My brother did, but yeah, at the YMCA there's always Down syndrome kids that are puking or shitting in the pools. But
what happened? Is this talk about your retard Tuesday?
Yeah.
You just get on the phone
retard Tuesday or something.
talk about. Boy, they're living a lot longer though, I guess. Huh? God bless them.
The laws changed.
Really? Did he?
Yeah. What was the
God bless them.
A Wolverine?
Well, they don't have to worry about gas prices and taxes, so maybe there is a little blessing going on.
Ignorance is bliss, they say.
That's right.
Yeah,
Delaney,
they're
all right,
full of fucking bliss.
we got to start line of the day because we got a lot of them today.
Yeah, and we got to get the fuck out of here.
You have a red carpet to drive over.
I hopefully the car will be driven over it already. And then I can walk over it and get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, we got to get over a red carpet. That's today's excuse. Every day.
Oh, yeah.
Until they tell us who our boss is.
Look out the window. There's a big fucking red carpet. There's going to be a parade run down there. You think I'm going to be stuck in Manhattan?
Yeah.
You got another thing coming.
Line of the day is sponsored by Carbonite.com.
We're just being idiots at this point.
Oh, yeah.
4 days away from Jimmy's birthday.
Aw.
I'm 57 years young.
We're giving away a car.
You ever make love to someone before they can talk? The language of the heart.
Oh, God. Oh, you are despicable.
Uncle Paul is the worst character ever.
Can I just say my favorite Uncle Paul thing was actually not on the air? We were taking the limo ride from when we went to Boston recently, back from the station to the train, and we passed a schoolyard, and there were all these little kids. They were like kindergarten, first grade, but they were all tethered together. And Uncle Paul said, "Where can I get a string of them?" And it still makes me laugh to this day.
Oh, that is funny.
You know.
Carbonite.com backs up your computer hard drive, so you never have to worry about losing any of your files. Check it out at Carbonite.com, promo code XM. Here's a runner-up line of the day.
When did it happen?
Oh, how much did we lose? Right in the middle of us describing the hot lesbian action.
It was on the prep sheet, but...
Yeah, but we can't work our way around that shit. Got a radio show to do.
How come nobody came
You should
in...
be doing those dumb tests in the middle of the night.
No, but how come nobody came in to tell us when it was about to happen?
Let him go, dude, because we talked about
Let him go, dude.
It's just Derek talking.
Derek!
Randomly to someone.
Oh, what were you saying, Derek?
Nothing.
What was the mic?
Let him go, dude.
Yeah,
just let him ramble on.
Let the fuckos babble.
Who listens to those assholes anymore anyway?
Yeah.
Another runner-up line of the day.
When the doctor comes in with the diagnosis sheets and he's flipping through the pages with a hanger, you know that he's probably trying to push you in a certain direction. He takes both of your coats, but he's got 3 hangers. Yeah. Should have just went with that one.
Yeah. Another runner-up line of the day.
Said, yeah, I'm working at XM. He goes, what show are you on XM?
Uh-oh.
And when he said that, I was like,
Why is this our reaction every time someone asks us?
Because we know. What do you mean, why is it?
Another runner-up line of the day.
Oh, jeez.
But I'll tell you what, he's one of the strongest kids I've ever met.
Of course he is. He's 58.
He can outbench
He's Hawk Brain Pierce.
Exactly.
I'm going to laugh at Anthony's fucking cracks all day. I wish I had more MASH ones.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Borskin. Borskin!
Hey, man.
Hey.
I was hanging out at a buddy's house, and he had one of his, what I thought was friends over until I offered him a snow cone, and the kid was like, no, it's okay.
What? He sounded like he got confused.
Yeah. All right. Here's another runner-up line of the day.
I'm also a little teapot, short and stout.
That's right. Here is my handle, and here is my gout. or there is the closet. I should step out. Don't criticize Foundry, or I'll pout.
My producer skills are in doubt.
That's right. I came in my pants. I better use some shout.
I like the other one was my favorite.
I think that might be line of the day.
Oh, I hope so.
Where are we at here? Line of the daytime? All right.
Oh, no. That means... Okay.
No, I'd rather have... know which one.
Here comes... Line of the day. Line of the day. They don't need to explain why it's hard to raise a child with Down syndrome. Because he's always winning the spelling bee. I give up.
The only one it's easy on is the barber. He knows right away. Okay, the number 2.
I'm a ballerina in training.
I don't know. I liked Jimmy's line about the
the cum.
It comes out.
Yeah, that should have been a runner-up, maybe.
Yeah.
No, the runner-up, maybe. But that to me was fucking line.
I don't know. Maybe should we ask Derek?
The whole montage thing.
Yeah,
I think it just could have been the one with Jimmy.
Let him just talk about it. That's what they do.
Yeah, just let him go. Just let him go on whatever they're saying.
Yeah, what
was that? Dude, what was that? What would you finish that with? Because it trailed off after just let him go. You said just let him go.
No, just let him go. That's all it was. Just let him keep rambling.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like an insult or anything towards you guys.
No?
No, because I like it when you guys sit there and complain about the fucking EAS test and nobody telling you anything about it.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it would have been kind of funny.
Wow, behind the scenes, Derek making a rare on-mic appearance.
Yeah, Derek just saunters in once in a while.
Yes, very
Very
rarely.
medicated. Just fucking wearing school shooter shorts and just no socks. Fucking dainty tennis socks. Chats. Fucking creepola.
All right, I'm gone.
And he can't take it.
Yeah.
He gets out early. No, I understand.
No, tap out. Just let him go. Just let him go. Just let him go.
Tap out. That's fine.
Let him go.
We got to get over a red carpet.
Yeah, let's get over that red carpet.
All right, guys, it was fun.
Yes.
We didn't even get to talk to Sam about Jess wanting to bang Seth Green.
Oh, my
definitely
God.
talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah,
How about a
definitely.
quick- where's Sam? Maybe.
Oh, no, there's no time.
We got one more minute. One more minute.
What's the haps?
It's, oh, my God. It's like 10:50. They closed. I'm
do it
not going to
tomorrow.
get out of here.
There you go.
We should do that in...
We'll do 1 minute with Sam. Sam?
Yes.
Your chick wants Seth Green really bad.
Yes, she does. I don't know where she is right now.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
And apparently I don't know where Seth Green is either.
But you never do.
No, because he's a big star.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm a nobody.
Doesn't that make you feel a little insecure when...
Did we just catch Sam doing a bit? There's Jess right there.
He's doing a bit.
You're doing a bit. She's right there.
I don't know where she is. Oh, she might be with Seth.
She is.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, Sam, she's right here.
Oh, thank God. I didn't know where she was. I was so busy working.
What a great actor.
You never do bits like that.
I always do bits.
Not like that.
Was so hack.
I know.
What are you talking about? I didn't know where she was.
What was the bit?
Huh? I
That
didn't know
he didn't know where you were. You were with Seth
I was
Green.
sitting
What
right
kind of
with him.
sex would you allow Seth Green to do?
What?
What would you allow Seth and Jessica to
Yeah, I
engage
think
in?
that's fair enough.
What would I allow?
No, like what would be the move for Jess?
What would your ideal scenario be?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of an awkward question. That's a private thing, you know, between me and Seth.
What?
Oh.
So-
You hear that? Between her and Seth, Sam.
Well, Danny held up a
By the
sign.
way, his fantasy girl isn't that great.
Wait, what did Danny say?
Hey, I mean, she's cute.
He held up a sign that says butt sex spelled ECKS.
Yeah, that's the way you spell it.
Which I would be vehemently opposed to.
Oh, okay.
I'd be really TO'd if you came
Sam-
home and said you had butt sex.
Sam, why?
So there's a level of sex that's worse than something else.
Well, butt
so
sex
vaginal would be better.
Better than
you would
butt
allow
sex.
that more
What would be the
so
problem
than
with
you
the
would.
butt sex?
Why?
Well, because then it's
Are
like
you guys saving that for marriage?
That's
we got to save something.
That's the shithole. That doesn't matter to anybody.
That really
we were talking about this recently. That's not the special place.
Women really should be saving the vagina for marriage.
Just giving the dumper
and
up
give
for
up the
fucking
shitter.
yeah.
Yeah, but if a guy came up to you and said, I fucked your chick, you'd be like, that sucks. And a guy came up to you and said, I fucked your chick in the ass.
I'd jerk off.
Well,
Tell me about it.
that's not what I'm into.
Not you, but I'm saying
Sam,
me.
why Kristen Bell? She's obviously very good looking, but that's like
Because she looks like a normal human being,
What
and I
was
saw
it-
her. I saw her in person. Like,
yeah, she was on our show. What was the movie she was in with the girl from Family Guy?
forgetting
And
Sarah.
that
Sarah
70s
Marshall.
show.
Yeah, forgetting Sarah
Sarah
Marshall.
That chick was way hotter.
Oh, Mila
What?
Kunis.
Yeah, but I never-
Kumich?
Kunis.
Something
I
like
never
that.
seen it. Kunis.
She's beautiful.
She is, right?
She's
Yeah.
No
gorgeous.
ass.
Yeah, Danny said she's got no ass, and I never seen her in person.
She's ridiculous. She's way better than Kristen Bell.
Well, I don't know.
What do you think Sam should do there, Jess?
Kristen Bell or Beyonce?
No, just
Beyonce.
What, he likes Beyonce?
Big into Beyonce.
Come on, that's got a fat ass.
black.
She's fat ass.
Just admit you're black.
She's a fat ass.
She's got a nice
Just
ass.
admit
No.
you're black. No, black guys like asses like that.
How do you?
That's actually
Let me see her ass.
no. That was the other one.
Yeah, that's the chick from that 70s show.
Yeah, this is
Family
Mila
Guy.
Kunis.
She has no ass.
Yeah,
to
there's
speak
no
of.
ass.
She does
there at
Meg's
all.
voice on Family
whatsoever.
Guy. She's beautiful.
But look, there's no ass there.
What's she's nice.
She looks kind of like a little kid.
She's gorgeous, but she just doesn't have anything going on.
All right, let's see. He likes Beyonce?
Oh, yeah.
What's
big
wrong
into
with that?
Beyonce.
Beyonce's like one of the hottest
She is
chicks.
sexy.
What about
He
Hayden
isn't.
Planetarium?
I don't think he has anything for her.
No.
She's kind of, I don't know.
She's kind of what?
She's very muscular.
Is she?
Oh, yeah.
No, she's a little doughy.
Well, you know they were.
Like her?
God damn, that's fucking juicy. Who wouldn't fuck Beyonce?
What is he saying?
No, come on.
Come on.
Look,
She's big.
there's something going on down there.
She's big from the waist down, man.
I'd
That's
fuck
a
her in
lot
a
of
second.
bigness.
She's sexy.
She's ridiculous.
She's beautiful.
She's got a beautiful face.
She's got beautiful everything.
That juicy
Well,
ass.
Jimmy will
cheeks.
fuck her.
I
Get the
absolutely
phone. Call her up. Jimmy gets her.
Yeah, but he didn't like Kristen Bell before she came in. It was
Right.
that she came in.
I don't like blondes usually.
Why?
Because
not my thing.
they're
white.
Because they're white women.
It's making Jess feel uncomfortable. She's also white.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
that's
I got
true.
7 minutes to get
All right, yeah, we got to
across
go.
the red carpet.
Jess, good job today.
Thank you, Jen.
I want to continue this though because I want to find out what your limits would be and what yours.
I prefer no sexual contact.
All right, I
No,
understand.
but you guys both picked a celebrity
you gotta
that's doable, that come on the show a lot. So, like, next time Seth Green comes in, he's going to remember that Jess wants him, and then there's something might happen.
That would be great.
No, it wouldn't.
And then the Kristen Bell thing, another bomb project, and she's going to be all over your cock.
What do you mean? Well, I wouldn't mind.
Sorry, Jess.
That's all right. I understand.
Yeah.
Rihanna too.
Oh, yeah, we passed on Kristen Bell.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, Rihanna. He likes Rihanna.
Another black girl.
Wow, you are into black chicks.
Well, it's just people.
No,
Like,
you're into black
I'm very
chicks.
much
It's also he's into his own kind.
You're into.
Just admit you're black.
You're
Who
like
cares?
his first white chick.
I don't.
Oh, I am.
I don't
Yeah.
see
I am
things.
his first white girl.
You're his first white chick.
And ready for this? Wow. Citadel stock is at a whopping. We were joking when it was at 87, right?
Right.
It's now at 78 cents a share.
78. Rockin'. All right, what do you think of that girl?
Yeah.
Rudy Huxtable.
She's kind of hot now.
I'm not talking now, I'm talking Rudy Huxtable.
She's not.
Well, she is kind of hot now. I'm with
She is
Sam.
kind of hot now.
I'm with Sam. You got to get an older picture
Is
of
she?
her.
Raven
No,
Simone?
not that Raven Simone.
She's big. I'm very much colorblind when it comes to human beings.
How about Queen
Oh, yeah.
Latifah?
No, Queen Latifah is not someone
Jimmy, she could be sassy. That Queen Latifah.
Oh, boy, I love it when she gets.
Oh, my God.
When she gets going, get out of her way, girl.
When she gets a room full of old white people dancing to rap music, I can't take it.
Steve Martin should be fucking beheaded.
Oh, please. I'd love to see that dopey face resting on his back.
So would I. Same stupid fucking cheaper by the dozen.
Oh,
movie
my God, I
poster
got 5
expression.
minutes.
Is she,
What?
is she picking a lobster out of her?
Yeah, most people pick sand out of their ass. Queen Latifah's picking a crustacean.
Yeah.
Oh my God! There's a picture of her in a one piece coming out of the
Wow.
surf, and she's got her finger back there. She's
That's
like
great.
adjusting her bathing
She's
suit.
going back in. She's going back in to bat a seal around.
All right, we got to go because we got to pass over the red carpet.
Yes.
See, even without a boss, we attempted to get to 11 o'clock today. That's what we do.
If I can't cross that fucking street, I'm going to kill somebody.
We end with this.
All right, man.
Play
Later.
that thing. Jess, thanks. Sam, thanks.
Thank
We'll see
you.
you guys
You're
tomorrow.
welcome.
Hi, who's this? My name is William, and I like to wear dresses.
R. Yeah. E.
Goodness gracious!
T.
Yeah!
A. R. D. Retard. Yeah. Woo. B. Retarded. B. Retarded. B. Retarded. B. Retarded.
Stomp your hands and clap your feet. Retardation can't be beat.
You know we retarded. T-A-R-E. T-A-R-E. Retard. Yeah. Woo.
My name is William, and I like to wear dresses.
Yo, motherfuckers. This is Drew Boogie. You just heard one of my remixes. And check me out on MySpace. MySpace.com/The Great Drew Boogie. That's not me. Opie said that. And he said that about everybody. And I'm too tired for this shit.